from Mohima Mercy, we from Hima Mercy, or Sisi Abutretreno. Na yama mwachi mwa from happy morning show this one to pay your morning companion one up anyonko a free sabe akopim ba nonko ebebo ohwe ahwe ni wano a yade a yesima bako ebeye edu enwotwe abo apa no nsia ho na no pay atenase se de dan de nyina tenase yede omamu nsem se de niema ekro se de niema te yede ehon nsem atudwa no ene anopɛ sanso ene yeyo na munim se ensem ahodo no a ne guso edi ahim mpanyimfo mienu a wo mu edi amanya komienu animo ewo maimu no womo amaye hunu se enen no womo otiropo bi edema oman Ghana sanso ena owura alankoje chirmaten ede ni great transformational plan wode atodwanti wei documents baako miensa eni egu edwomu a Ghana for ebobo hu edoso mu ehunu ne ebetimi aboa se de ebetimi achichiro man no na oman nkoso ne puntu atumi ejina brane saa enkomoi ene ebeto akoso atwetwe a kopem bribe ko akoto aba ewo bosome December ne de toso ensun no emu no na yensu ye dia ebeye ebetimi ede aboa ene se yentinsem no ase a na ye de aba ye achiame a ye da Ghana fo ano no na empanyimfo a womo anoduru dwomu no empanyimfo mu kruchi sanse mi gu nkrata so no etimi enyantoboase ne ebuso mo ensemisa efasa ensemi eho enti akonya no ewo ho ma yese dan nyine betimi atrase ne yadoso do ensem no mu na yenye mu entiase yenye ho ntiase ho ansa kro ansa na ebisi gina ye ho a etimi asi gina ye ho nti efisa bere ya kro ne de na tese wa wonim dida se eyade a abato ho sensem no a ene bedi ehim ewo enframamu obi oso radio happy 90.9 FM abato ho sensem yebedi hu nkomane mu eno enkyere se enyuma die kodo a ye die ewo happy FM so ne enfamro na mum politics yebedi mu ntintimai timamenka we na menka we se ene exactly 100 days ene exactly 100 days to December 7th elections. Ene akana baako oha ne ekwa akoto aba ewo 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections no emu 100 days. Koswa mo akasa fidine na happy 98.9 FM ene ya affiliate womo apeti omanga na mu say GMBC camp election camp ya the elections no ensem ahodo nyinada aha ene so tie ne kane yeto yensentwerefo apete wo maya fa na nyina na yene omu edi nkomo omu twa ensem ekoso empeso ahodo no so eho emfuni edi akire yen yedi enkomo yene omu nimde ewo amanyo semu ene abato ensemu yene omu ebedi enkomo ewo dwumadi so dane dan nyina enti bombone am akasa fidi ne entonkoso ena happy 98.9 FM TNB ene aka 100 days ni akwa akoto aba enti wa onim dida sadan dan nyina se de ye no GMBC election camp e beta akoso a na ya som sompa ye de obokra 30 fins no bretie for na na pay rapper fat say boli atranse ne prince oba kwa him down ne kan ho ne prince obi na pay me fa jakeze vanko ma fati
prince no ka channel no ombre adwuma no onja
ade
ombre adwuma
omeye adwuma Prince Macho, yes, men cows a bombardier na baby juma. Baby, Jumedi aquacudi. Baby, a drew beer. Yes, it was so. Nabra baby juma. My main cow said the show is being put together by the entire production team headed by Isaac Adai with support from a rapper Fatisha Boli, Prince Ubiba Prakwa Ayim Brown, Reynold Ajiman, Bismarck Brown, Joel Sanko, Frank Afo. Nana makujini atu apete abevutin tankasi ya suko Facebook sisi we are there live obetimi di wani creature wisi edi echi na ensem ahodo yedi eho enkomo nso wadwe nkyere wo ho no betimi edi abadwe nkyere ne ya esanse yewo dodo adwene to awamumu nti wo nso wadwene no eho hia se be betimi edi aka nsem ho na yedi edwuma no eyie sanso na betimi de wo nsem no asoma edi afa WhatsApp edi abrain na odefa WhatsApp wa na 0594 051 145 0594 051 145 WhatsApp number me say wadan da nyina se dem kan no bomoden nafa wonsam no a nneɛma a ɛkɔ so nsɛm a ɛkɔ so wɔ mpɔtam no ɔmantam a ebia yɛni ntumi ani akyire no wode ma ne WhatsApp number mabɔ so no a ɛyɛ adeɛ a yɛbɛtumi adi akyire na yɛdi ɛho nkɔmmɔ ɛde ama wɔ sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ bɛpɛ nsɛm no na bɛpuma siberɛ anaasɛ ne gyina siberɛ ma menka o ebio number no nie 0549 0594 0594 051 145 0594 051 145 WhatsApp number but more than a save number no na edi a do be save Happy FM WhatsApp Happy FM WhatsApp o save ne sa dan nyina wadwen kyere bia o de bia na ebitimi ade ama atiefo eniafo make up you say you did obokra 30 fins ahodo no nyina ye bebre atiefo and I pay live on the show but make up say we are continuing with our dissection of the NDC's manifesto omde kokoto dwa kwasi da etwa ememre de etwa mu no ewo Winneba na ensema wodo pinu ano ene wo mu eno ahyase se we yhyase ehwe our educational sector, the promises that the National Democratic Congress womu edi atudwa about our educational sector ekwan be fa so betimi asa kwan a yade sua ho ensem se de tie no kwan be fa so betimi asakira no anaso besesa no ye ne mpanyimfo a omunim de ewo adesua ensem mu meka educationists ye ne omu dinkomo odwumadi so ne our focus will be youth and the energy sector enti ene no ye ne mpanyimfo a the National Democratic Congress eyi won asiwo se wo nkasa emfasa ansem no ho no ye ne omu tena se odwumadi so na ye di eho enkomo kai se ye mpanyimfo mienu ai na problem ba piem odwumadi so ne ani omu edi enkomo ene anopa ne wom be do so die yam modia na yemfa democrat ahodo no etifi nsem no bi yemfa mreti fo ne efo
Sefah ma chi me mighty fo nso achi
etifo dio so
debate na san sha say 100 versus 101 ashase
oh
say ebimo kai 100 days to
elections
ebimu so ye no 100 days until
elections
and you know so say no minim say we 100 days until so 100 days to because argument number say 100 days you know and then 101 days to December 7th
so then 100 days until
a day day December 7th na ka ho to me man 101 ebimu enkan day no angasa enka ho ema ne nye 101 and you know yeah officially ne there according to the Ashanti International Calendar usage, you know.
Thank you.
Not just China.
Because they are can.
Ashanti International.
Because they are can.
Not just China. And I share 100 days in us. To us, no, and they 101.
101 days.
Into China, no. Yeah, the 100 days counts down, no, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, prepare be special because we need to keep reminding you, Sanya Beya. Utie and some politicians no air catcher or na all the time at home. Now utie I wouldn't say by December 6th dear you should have decided who could do ballots na baby I would do motino air team. Now when we say 100 days per enaka say nra and limited registration exercise was supposed to end. It's been some of the extension bubbles or more for extension, but I haven't heard anything yet. And you know, one can short code na abano. Ubet we abo atina ofie na wabo make sure everything is in order. And could do polling station nebia bibia tochema ewo registration no hunti no. Omaka se hunti bintu aba now the pinten aba. Already enra a year asasewa. Na why butu.
Eastern region. Because
of politics, about drip equipment won't sense them. We do not want these little pockets of tension to escalate on December 7th. You'll be pepe. Make sure you have your card on you. And that's all they are two baby. One found some cattle now. Nyame Adam say no. Ghana card or what would be to daily transactions. We vote ID card no maninda baby onim se me call December 7th na me kwa kofa. Pepa ho kama na fa to na wo hye brewum. And then decide based on one as a day koso abrabom na fa koto aba no December 7th enti no ochina ye be countdown no ase na nka me be ni dey say we have 100 days 17 hours 32 minutes and 11 seconds.
Okay.
Na yedu December.
Na kwa koto aba December 7th 2024.
Na chese we know a little over 3 months no.
Yeah.
Just a little
over 3 months. Yeah.
And I wom no.
Na kwa koto aba. So menim say yedi nkomo ya ogusu a wo dwene ho eye party kwa koto aba e de amano and I'm pretty sure say party no kwan abefa so abeto abema no will be dependent on nsem a wo mo kan wo mo nsenka bosha wo mo ehye Ghana fo a wo de wani kurutwa wisi eno aso ATB no eno na ebitimi ahye wo nkran se obekwa koto aba na so nkonkoto aba me yenkyire mu ne yensanka ne se so be a party o don party bi ana se o support a party bi ana se you have leanings with a political party na ne tiri po na dwene po no nhyeda entwa ye uni gidi o mu se bitimi asachara ne ma e de ama Ghana fo you have the right not to vote for your political party. You see, what we should champion is a kwanya befa so bitimi achechire oman no ye, so irrespective of which political party is in power, see the NCC papa ene akwan papa egu akwan mu se yedidi dwuma a obia betimi afasa akwan no so ama ye yone nkoso etimi SCPS ta oman no mu a ende fa ho se bi afati ana se bi ahwan kura na ba bedi oman so a ye yono a ene ebehwe animu se ensa ebitumi aka. Enti listen carefully, tie ye ni ampanyimfo no eka tie ni yie ni ampanyimfo no eka ni ebetimi ayede aboa wo no se ebia emia ahodo bi wo e wo manifesto no enum a wo mo antimi anka chirechiri mu ye amfa amawo ye de ne sese ye hwe na ye nte ye ho ase wo ho a ebetimi ede nsem no ba betudwa na ye busansem wo ho na ye tie mpanyimfo no nsenka e wo saa ensem wo mo ede atudwa no nei ya ho odin ensem asoman National Democratic Congress wo mo ede nsem ahodo bi atudwa efa ho bosha hodo e no ma hye e wo ho ye bidi ho enkomo live on the show this morning bio mabunu e ho nsensem enwuma yo e ho nsensem e ya de a edin emu ntintimai pa omai all the political parties abanyuko ahodo mo omai mu ni nyina no ade ba ko mo hwe ni mu se wo betimi abre na se eye mabunu dodo no a wo mu ni adwuma yo e wo omai mu no already owura kandapa amana da na di se it is a security threat for the state. Inti se oye aban bi anase oye amanyuko bi na opese Ghana for to so aba ade ba ko so do ani hwe ene se omaya ho bambo sem no ejina ye ene na odi wani hwe maburu no a womo eye restive womo to a womo ni bibia eyo no o pa adwuma edi amomo. There have been several proposals both by the NPP and the National Democratic Congress as well as the Alliance for Revolutionary Change and as a Movement for Change Orala Kojochemate no dano womo de ensise ya hodo egu mo nkrata mu mu kwa befa so betimi aboa ama mabunu no etumi anya adwuma ahodo ayo ewo omamu ibedo so mu nei National Democratic Congress womo manifesto me ko tudwa emu nsem na yedi eho enkomo honorable Edward Bawa wono na kasamafo ba kwa wogina mu ekasa efa oman efa NDC manifesto no omo ahode ensem eho wono special guest on the show this morning yene be twitwe nkomo afa energy ensensem promises at the National Democratic Congress will make here enano pesanso and Dr. Ayo ono so kasama fu ba kwa the National Democratic Congress you know as you say ba mabunu sensen ho a wono so obetimi akasa ho ntiene wono so ba be kan nsa anaso ba be kan ho ewudwumadi ni so ene ne betwetwe nkomo timisira mo monya so na muntie ensem no enkyiremu se da bia betimi nya hunumu na betimi esigina pa ebraso yemfa the obokrata ahodo abadwumu no ne emu nsem no bi yemfa emra na wonso wonti de koso ewo mamu Fati Shaibu Ali.
Sefah, Yemfa the Chronicle and shall say as always, now ye shall say their Colossians 3:24, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward, it is the Lord Christ you are serving. Yes, we will receive our reward. Baumia elated as Kofi Japon's ye passes out 10K youth. Hey, YEA passes out 10K youth after rigorous skills training and no ever handman for near day ni say nije elated ampa. Yeah, NDC unveils plans for education reform in 2024 manifesto. And also, Wahanum APNAAI's Global Africa Forum slated for September 25 in New York. I will send me to me a register na me kopiemo. Ewo a yes, our forum no asye. Na me to me the reports in ebre etie4 ewo happyghana.com ene happy 98.9 FM. Timoma yenye nhihye no mpanimfo tie mi a muntie ni yie na munhu se na ebe no ama bibia aye fine. Government rakes in 3.176 billion in taxes from Newmont. Enti ehonum no na idea ba no but wanfa date no anka ho nti no menim say over a period of time and I say a year. NDC unveils a kind of that. Yambo rap paper no na yemfa their akanso and to us so their ubenya ABSA Farm D House officers demand over 12 months unpaid allowance. So and we've been instrumental in countering threats and boosting revenue. GRA4 and Kasa same way say as for Ejumane de omo yepa ama abai etumi eniska. Na Minister for Transport impressed with completed Jamestown Fishing Port. Burkina Faso Chamber of Commerce visit GPHA to strengthen business ties. Yebola Nigeria Memo Tinubu set to travel to China to perfect rail contract other MOUs. Weke inaugurates construction of taxi terminal in Abuja. Coalition demands sack of foreign minister over alleged incompetence. We nina stories anope utmefa the chronicler ubenye bi akain.
For the informal Democrat no anope na memfancha kesi mfan konkoma ora Andy kankam wono NSM for edema the informal Democrat no anope en sema hudo pinu ano ne wono Democrat no mu a say obumodi afa obetimi hu no nya bi akenkan. My record is superior Baumia Japs Mahama eno ensemo a course so ko si de twemu ena mampanya bi de kire ohim fanka e de ama the New Patriotic Party wo kire mu se o hwe wono no record ne twet wonsem e wo niam a wayo ho a e ade a e wosoro echen owura John Dramani Mahama mampanya dada a wono kura no wasan ye mampanya bi de kire epen nti enya de a omie no kura no e wo se ye de omo etotom ho Mahama 24 economy lands night clubs lands at night clubs Steve Mantiao on kaneno no ye penyina wada piaka no public interest accountability committee ano na no wade ensemu tweedwa efa owura John Dramani Mahama the 24-hour economy bosha wahye eno eho alleged plots to rig 2024 elections retract or face consequences. Minister warns NDC's Bandi eno no ensemu a free elections hon sensem emu eba a wo kiremu na the minister bina wode kokobo edi akwa Mustafa Bandi se Mustafa mesere waka nsem bi na ensem a waka se obi ope bi se obetimi awi abato no mu edi ama party bi no mesere enye no kure ebe ya atwe so wan twe ansan a yade a ho asotwe ewo edima equipping Ghanaians with employable skills. 10,000 youth get boost from YEA na eno fati edikan aka ho asem deda na ohwe se de owura ye Kofi Japan president former president vice president Dr. Mahmoud Baumia eni mpanyimfo ahodo a womo eka ho ana womo edise adwuma womo sere no na jese enije pa enaba towards development prosperity of African continent prosperity network American Institute joined forces for Global Africa Forum eno eyasem kesia eda dobokrata nanum enano paya of abitimi hunu na wanya bi akenkan other stories abitimi akenkan any military exposes IDEC boss eno ewo ho Dr. Profess solutions eye infection among children eno ewo the informal dobokrata nanum NLA to partner global leaders scientific games government rolls out emergency measures to protect farmers and avert food crisis and the minister in charge of the agric ministry ura Dr. Brian Champon etwetwe nkomo efa asansemi hu live on the Happy Morning Show. We ensemi bia offer the informal the krata no ena no pay abetimi hu na wakenkan wo.
Yemfa Ghanaian Times and to us so. I'll reduce electricity charges by 50% if Mahamadou Bek Sawati. Dr. Mahmoud Bamia Eneka. 3 pre-tertiary teachers unions demand improved conditions of service from government by September 16. Ongoing 2024 WASI WAEC nabbed 6 teachers over exam malpractices. First 10,000 artisans graduate from YEA's intensive skills training program. So and other stories. Albania Ewopepanimo essay Asante Hene distills 3 chiefs for engaging in Galamsey. Salesman in court for allegedly stealing employers 1,491,282 cedis. Hey, some people have balls so. Adhere to budget guidelines. PAC cautions WA Municipal Assembly. Doctors strike in Nigeria over kidnapped colleague. And also, Hanoma, and their ACA, India, Ayepe, doctors, for the brutal monatour and killing of a year Dr. Oba Baako.
Then from the Ghanaian publisher, the Democrat, I know a month to be infant twice when I pay 10,000 YEA artisans graduate, Nipa Baako and Pim Edua and a youth employment agency, Etimi Amo Montier, and a one more upon who call Aquacosu Munumadi, Asia said, they was beating Yeska Ediatum Kutukumu, now one more Abom Bra. Now, business moguls mourn with Betchi at Achemfo and Kandapa. Na aye owura Matthew Opoku Prempe ene obesi akasefo akakraka omo de omu nyuma ahodo omo no na aye omuko ene owura Kandapa omunukukusu yemko jam no kama pa. Government to adopt NHF model for housing project owura upon Kroma Works and Housing Minister, I don't say we are Twitter, APN AII to co-host Global Africa Forum in New York. Na enone Africa Prosperity Network. Ena womo edio montuma kwa kobo agency ba kwa mo America. Anwa womo se abimai yo. Womo edu hon komo se de be ya ene no. Womo ebe kwa ku dijuma ni bi e New York abonten eso. Na Barima Owusu the first slums chiefs engaging in partisan politics. Na naze ahemfo no a modum ho akwa kwhye amanyosem na munyai na nye emfatamo emwamo niwo sem papa ofa the new the Ghanaian publisher the Democrat and Katafeto so mienu a obetimi ehunu sansem bi na wakenkan ewo Apostle Kojo Safo settles medical bills of 14 patients at the Kolebu teaching at the Konfuanachi Teaching Hospital. Government bans export of grains to avert potential food crisis. And someone live on Happy Morning Show. Inflation to increase to 21.8% in August 2024. Now, as I said, the Nema Ebo Brano no. One more if you more bu say Eboka Kujina Ohamuji Chemu Edunu Bako Chilipon or Sanabo Sumi Emu. Now, other stories near Godwin Avenobo was a principled, intelligent man. We, information minister, Madam Fatima Ubaka, and all this saying we are Twitter, or Casa Efa, or Godwin Avenobo, who are Casa, one of the one, na Avenobo, Unimazapa. Now, one also, yes, no, no. City depreciation to continue, depreciates 24.5% to dollar. No say CD na ho de no na yese eso besan tibiu na sisia na yehwa eso ato ha munchichemu aduanan aduonu enan achiripunum aduonu nan achiripunum to the dollar. GCB Bank recorded 700 million profit growth in first half of 2024. We and some of the Ghanaian publisher double crater and nano paya ubehunu mu na wakenkan bi. Yeah. Asma
yes, oh, Nigeria, no. A brand here, or testing the boss. Say, Juma no Majai. Me mabim, me Danquah ma home for letter be ambro Majai. The boss am my chino. I'm our codim 10 months.
Where Jay Jumano.
So what's ending the test? Say, we Jay Jumano. Nine. Also, mabim. On Danquah manner. Wababe.
Asim.
Akodim 10 months since 2023 October.
Oh,
I feel na see idea.
yeah, you know.
Yeah, you know. Asim.
Uncle said.
The custodian. Bahama in 24-hour economic gaffe. Nightclub owners baffled over his day club proposal. New era of skills development. YEA graduates 10,000 artisans. Government to use NHF model for district housing units. Ioko sweeps 4 awards at IAA Confab. And also Wahanum. So and a dry spell. Government earmarks 8 billion cedis to support farmers. And also Wahanuma. Ufa the custodian ubenye bi akan anope.
Republic Press the Obokrata and the Manimha. Now also 7 the Republic. Wednesday 28th of August 2024. Price only 2 cedis 50 pesos. Ubitimi enye bi ato Oko News stand bianwa. Ibu ho ubitimi enye bi ato. Now Parliament in ruins as fire destroys parts of Job 600. And no ASM Kessia da the Bokrata and Manana Pay say a fire outbreak at the Parliament building yesterday sparked fear and panic among staff members, prompting the Assurance Committee to suspend its public hearing. And right there, course, home, my feel say, Oko Majibu feel could be more of Fambia as it just be to me a course or and no Kobai say Emma Assurance Committee no would you media moody and want to me and tonko so in need. Now, according to the Greater Accra Regional Officer, ACFO1, Roberta Agri Ganson, so the fire started around 9:45 a.m. on the first floor of Job 600, specifically in the Members Center. While the situation was currently under control, no one was allowed to enter the building until further notice. No air and some free the Ghana National Fire Service or air the Republic President Obokrata and the first also means which means answer no not working kind of yan also in some I would be a Republic President Obokrata and Ghana to join Council of Oil Palm Producing Countries. We air some CNA Ghana and I had to say enwo omaya hodo mo ewiase omoye enwo eno no Ghana ye de ho ekwako famom ye de ho kwako kan ye de ho ekwako bom I say asempa eno no Akufo Commission School Junction Motorway Road Project eno ewo eho na okopiemu ewo School Junction Motorway Boteman kwano a ne nansa na mampanyini nana adodanko Akufo ekopiemu ha ogutwa kwana no na say unam say no say yi 6 teachers arrested by WAEC for cheating in ongoing WASE. We West African Examination Council so ya mo ye and yes ya for baako be insia bi wo ha wo mo de nyambransam dream pa na omudi ene nei WAEC etimi aso pam emra ene mo akodie. Ministry of Food and Agriculture GMET customized weather and climate services to boost agricultural productivity. To we know a Ministry of Food and Agriculture, omufia omei yinkua any union and some sono. Woman Ghana Meteorological Agency and Yomakamua. Woman say, Omufia said the bayon bitimi every woman satransem no more at the abwa said the baby to me ama and Yania o my mono. Yet to me enya a year new brandy and I bit me enya emu emphasukes pa. 24-hour economic policy is just useless talk. Nana Ohinintu, Japs, Mahama. We a Republic President Bokrata no and some of Nubia offer another private me na waken kind eno.
Daily Guide. Nana Commission School Junction Boteman Road. 10,000 youth graduate from YEA program. NDC goons attack NPP supporters over drip project. Asemsa see. And now I happy can say also you share interview with a MP or NDC MP and yes sign so any NPP communications director ewo so e kan ya no say on e bekasa e frɛ MP ene ne kasa wi ya ye frɛ communications director o si o entini holding it on na ye fa ne ntoso o te say MP ne kasa na ena ohange up ye frɛ no one fa. Yantuaswe, Speaker names AICC Dome for emergency meeting. Ukraine to present victory plan to US. Zelensky and Eka Russia warns France against trying to intimidate detained Telegram founder. And also, Namibia block ship over Israel war crime concerns. Pakistan's PM Sharif vows retribution for terrorist attacks. We daily guide.
From the daily guide to the new crusading guide, the Wokratano ene anopay and some outdoor ebi ni nyantopas ene or say another 10,000 YEE young game changers graduate after intensive skills training. Na chese Ghana for Pim Edua womo ekwagent tie Youth Employment Agency no as a game changers pa womo EP abonten akwakwashase adi omunyuma said ebi ometimi enyeska edi atu nkutukumu edi abobra ewo mamu yinu ena eda dobokrata name the new crusading guide dobokrata na pay asemtite de ni mu afa betimi hono no akenkan ebi enie MPP makes gains in Ayawaso East PC optimistic of victory na oko Ayawaso East impeso ane so a NPP emanyukono ne yese hwe oko pa dia babia womo ento abone o maprobo a womo bo edru no anyasem ketwa on parliamentary candidate wo empeso ane so ewo didie mapa bi se enye deyara nkunimdie be kono afa wo 7th December about to akoto no mu government delivered district housing units through NHF construction model yedika abosori da APN AAI to host Global Africa Forum in New York on 25th of September 2024. Godwin Avenobo goes home September 14th, 2024. Despite government ban, land guards refuse to vacate East Legon lands. Akwanye, Maria Henning's goons demolish walls, beat up security personnel. And is he too hot for the police to arrest? That's a big question. I that the new crusading guide Obokrata ni menano pay for bit me na when you be akenka omo.
Gemfa the inquisitor and so Africa Games $4.5 million accreditation. Yusuf goes silent. Hey, Africa Games in here and some PPM power. NPP deserves another term. Nina Hine speaks at Deba for Napo. Sasso and YEA graduates first 10,000 artisans. Yoko grants for award at AIAA conference. Ayawaso East MPP PC optimistic of winning. GBC Bank PLC post strong profit growth. First half of 2024 profit before tax was 700 million cedis. Intisa and no etie. Another story is state capture corruption under Akufo-Addo's government unprecedented. Ukujata Blakwa and NDC demands emergency meeting with EC over voters exhibition exercise. Fire guards part of Job 600 building at Parliament. National Peace Council worried about arbitration of marriage conflicts in open media. Renal patients demand affordable dialysis as NDC promises regional treatment centers. Ghana doesn't need upgrade nor reset, but Alan Nano Hinim too, replies Baumia Mahama, assuring hope to young floating voters will win you power, not vitriols. NPC to politicians. NPC, National Peace Council. Ghana needs national development policy, not manifestos or decay. And Kasa Semwaya. So, to boas and now no, not the new union government, no, at 12 to say, whoa. I deal with the Akani say, be good paper, so because solid.
Very, very solid. The Accra Times, the Wokra and the Hainano pay. Now, Ose Mohammed's pledge to Ghana, the NDC government I lead will be about you. Say, NDC, Abayo Babidio Maisuano, Amamu Babibuano, and for Bia, if I walk Ghana, Nino, ND and Woba, Speaker, Bagben, Champion Sports Development, Commission State of the Art, McCoy Sports Stadium in Nadoli, and no, the Accra Times, the Wokra Times. Now, other stories, you see, Electrochem gives jobs to Adan youth, and no, still comes to the Chief Executive Officer of Electrochem, Ora Razak Adam, and I say, what share the suit come power to no, Chief Executive Officer of Magdan Group of Companies, Ora Kwaku and Prumfi, and to almost say enuma awodo no and electrochem ye pese ye no ye de ma emabu no omo adan ntia ya na mahweni ye. Mr. Daniel NDC Deputy Commissioner GRO CGRO Schools press call on its customer-centric policy. No, page number 5. Katafeto su enum the Accra Times the Bokrata no ofa wetin hunu no nya bi akenkan. Honorable Richard Ajiku in small presenting motorbikes to Mr. Mutawakilu. Former Busa South PM donates motorbikes to the NDC. The Accra Times the Bokrata and some will be and my brother so the amati for nefwe.
Yamfa ABC News and to us so na ABC News banner headline waha say vote NPP to safeguard impactful initiatives. President Akufo-Addo commissioned School Junction Motorway Road Project. 24-hour economic policy is just useless talk. Nano hinting to Jabs Mahama. Contractor accuses Busa South DCE of withholding payment of his money. That is a scanaba. And ode ne 980 so on peso bia ebehusa and contractor no eka. Other stories say Benya say presidential election campaigns begin ahead of March 24 vote and Senegal. So and our 630 transformers are at full capacity, causing recent outages. ECG and Eka. Elderly woman's killer released for second time to fight in Ukraine. Top level meeting shows China and G still a priority for Biden. Other stories are Ubenya Ewo a year paper no anopay SM. Electrochem cedes portions of mining concession to community members, settle all outstanding allowances of casual workers, PAC orders Karaga District Assembly. Other stories say Waha SA 2024 performance review. CAS reports positive trends in key clinical services. A constable dam flood, not Ton MP warns of legal action as thousands go uncompensated. MPP deserves another term. We stories are offer ABC. Anopeya ubenyebi akai.
Ni boshi akwabe fontin tankasi na happyghana.com. Stories abit bi hono na wenyebi akenkai ebinye recall of parliament sitting to be held at AICC. Speaker of Parliament Dora Alban Sumana Kemford Bagben audit assembly atuidra was say 6 teachers and several students found culpable for examination malpractice by WAEC. Minority questions new cost of Accra Tema Motorway expansion project and no other stories near NDC NPP supporters fight over drip equipment branding in Asisawa. Ghana's economy needs a reset, not an upgrade. Emilia Arthur and a discussing we at Twitter. Mahama calls for post-tenure accountability for public office holders. Dr. Baumia ready to take Ghana to the next level. Jabin South. MC abansi anamo wo Jabin South and no this as me to just say upo bi betimi e de Ghana akonkan anasa akwan nimu a owura Dr. Mahamudu Baumia sanso ene owura Mahama na o kire mu a wo se eni no senka wadu djuma nyina wie amambo nyina wabu awie no o senka so ensa ema utrase na bu akonta pa e de Ghana for when you do something with dubious intentions it backfires on you. Mahama takes swipe at Dr. Mahamudu Baumia. Other stories we'll call happyghana.com. Which me hunu na wakenkan ebi enye Dumelo delivers water tankers to address Okponglu water shortage. Netco issues public warning on fake meters following major seizure in Sunyai. Dr. Baumia is the most impactful vice president in the Fourth Republic. James McKeown, a chairman of the NPP Finland branch, and this assembly to Nra O'Brien aiding come live on the Happy Morning issue. So other stories near say I am disappointed in Nanado for retaining Abu Jinapo as Minister Ahmed Glamsey concerns. Member of Movement for Change, and this assembly to Professor Guno say NDC's education policy must be about effective implementation, not just promises. Relief items will not be distributed to affected farmers on political lines. Finance Minister assures, nkoma fa enra idiye edifa de ekoso ewo omoye tifi FM a ene ekopim ho a ase omodua no ba ne nsuo anto nti amom ho atwerom ye pa eno ena Finance Minister Owura Adams say enyade a omo edit kan ekwa akoma amanfo ekwa akwa se oye party E anase party B we yensem no bi akwa happygana.com na pa ya obetimi ho ana wakenkan ho.
If you want to my yanko Google News, ban on rice in Ghana. Farmers Association criticizes government action. Mentiasi. NIA withholds over 110,000 Ghana cards over double registration. Other stories say what has a risk of cleft lip rise in Ghana linked to galamsey. Galamsey, it's interesting, eh? Pouring water on collapsed person could prove fatal. And no ewo hanoma ye won new say obi etwa hwe and also faintia. And mamu nko hwe nsuo enwu no so. Samudi nsuo nwunu gu no so ama wabo piru asori. Omuti ebetumi ekum nipa no. Other stories are ewo eye ahanoma no pe ubetumi nye bia kan say Olam agree appoint Babav Biwas as Ghana head. Sorry, Sedin Mamboni here. Northern Ghana drought. There will be no farming. Brian Champong assures. Stakeholders say they don't want teacher licensure exams cancelled. NPP's Hamid and Eka. Other stories say what I say. Angelo Ghana encourages you to explore business opportunities. Professor Goski Alabi debunks quality concerns over private universities lecturers. Sasso and Ghana's food insecurity. The reasons Brian wasn't successful. And also Ewahanoma Google News Anopea Ubenye bi akan.
Happy 98.9 FM as go so attenjumadi the Happy Morning Show, your morning companion. The Obokra Tahudo no yedi imun sematifisi be edi abrati for and Bomodiana joining live on Happy 98.9 FM oko Facebook you Samsung oko happygana.com happygana.com was the idea of bitimi edi when kutwa wisi edi echi bitimi eti and some yedi ehun komo na pay and it's all about the National Democratic Congress or Manifesto mko tuja cause remedy dey twa mu no and emun sam no bi na yedum wasu ko no e chase se yedi enkomo edi afa education when we are talking about youth and energy. Stick and stay with us because and sem bi a eye manifesto no wo si busa bi a ne bomodin busase de be ya wo wutie mi na no pay obetimi enya ensem kan ne bi emu hunumu anase emu entiase se de usi gina ya wasi gina papa gina ya be boa wo ene wo community ene wo man ene wo nchirima nyina ebraso yenkonfa social media trends enfamre etifo enano pay e rapapa fatisha bwali wa krado wa bone tofa o de brain yentweni ntie.
So say me dey trying to know ebeba na this week my dear me person me we asi one say me ma branty bi heart attack enti eno ana metoso ayesa yeah share a trend na se dia ene ye call NDC F4 honom na eho na flag bearer Mr. John Dramani Mahama or the Somo Abo vice president and flag bearer of NPP Dr. Mahmoud Bamia Osi onamwe the statement be a question ho misleading statement nkwa na nanu ya kra okoko ye the media engagement no in some okaka ye no ebi nim it was very 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 misleading na osan so kasi so say bibia kra nya ne hi wa asem ne mu say owu say NDC for ko launch your manifesto apen no se mo wen mo nhihye ade no to Sunday na yengo say mu ho na Mr. Mahama eka say ubisa Mr. Baumia question media encounter yasia na for say and we sa ho so sa untumi enyi nsem na no na ohwe se na oyi nsem na no na aso untumi nkasa ye na na kyerɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ nokorɛ sɛm biara na ɔba abɛka na afei na ɔdwen wɔ ne tirim sɛ asɛm a ɔbɛka a onim sɛ asɛm wɔ die onim ti ɔfɔgye nsɛm na waka enti na ɔrekasa saa no na ɔsan so ɛka yɛ sɛ ɛyɛ NPP ɔmo ne ɛyɛ Dr. Mahmoud Bamia ɔmo hyɛda ɛna ɔmo de ɛyɛ ɔmo media encounter no ɛkɔ hyɛ saa Sunday no sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ amanfo wɔ ebefi NDC for manifesto ɔmo bɔɔdɔ mpem ɛkɔpie mu ɛwɔ Winneba ɛde kɔ hyehyɛ so amanfo bi mu penti ɔmo ho NDC colors ne ade nyina saa videos nyina ntumi antrende nsɛm ɔmo kɔ kaka wɔ hɔ nyina ntumi antrende all because of this man I friend no Dr. Mahmoud Bamia na okay say flag New Patriotic Party omone flag bearer they've been making very misleading statements nkwana mo make omo nhwem enye omo campaign misleading statements nkwana na nsem de okeke bia in fact ebi wo okeka ya mintimi nsan en repeat na obi kotia wa bi felise me na meka ye enti ene ratatatata nawum mwangasa munko na munko tie nsem a NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama eka efa eye MPP for any Dr. Mahmoud Bamia eho
Happy FM 98.9.
Immediately, our opponents announced that they were going to do a media encounter on the 25th of August, the very next day. You know, the intention for doing that media encounter the next day after we had announced our manifesto was to turn the attentions of Ghanaians from the NDC manifesto. That was the main reason that they decided to do a media encounter the very next day after we launched our manifesto. But you see, when you do something with devious intention, it backfires on you. When you do something with devious intention, it backfires on you. You know how to tell when somebody is lying. If there are people who are smooth talkers, who can speak rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta like machine gun, the time when they become stammerers and they start stammering, you know they are lying. Somebody who can speak ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta like AK-47, suddenly media encounter, I think,
Happy FM 98.9. Happy FM 98.9.
Eti muamote masum comment by no any. Edward say the thing go Mahama in body wa Bawumia is a gem. Isaac say so this person is vying for president in a republic country. Francis say it's quite rich coming from the same person who was stammering when he was asked if he's taking bribe before. Ijawajo. Victor say Mahama to the warrior. Hey, is he related to Shatawale? He likes beef too much. Abba. Rahim say yes, Mr. President. Tell them opposition staring at their faces. Mother Mary say Ghanaians react to viral. Hey. So our video no cry no me share ye. E was social media. Mother Mary osi eye ni boat mu. Ena amanfo young boys etwa ne ho ehia e wo boat no mu a omo pedal na omo ne eba abehia eye amanfo na omo gina eye lake na no etwa no se Mary eba na sa video yi beto abonte na amanfo no won sem bebre omo pese omo ka na me de na me ka se asori ena omo yo made e bia wo nte ase because wo nkosa asori no enso omo yo made na omo te ase a ka wo ha ne say o de mo mayentie senia eye boat ride for Madam Mary no e course
Oye mama tampa wa bediasa. I am Moses. 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 I am Tampa wa bediasa. I am Moses.
Happy FM 98.9.
Ohima krokoko ohima hofe ohima ne ho ye fe ye maame Mary na otibot ni mu mo a mo nko Facebook Happy 98.9 FM enko hwe ye no meche mu kakra Mary statue so obviously ye wo Ghana has esi e de enya de akwa ko hu Mary physically e wo baby a enti no ne statue a omoye woko Roma sorry dan mu ne ade a uhu say ya Mary statue Jesus statue e wo hono mani ade sa statues ni bi na make no eno na ya Mary edinsa eso numu so bi obo mpaye na emema boat ni mu e wo ne ho na omudi ne ejine mu na boat no esi lake so na amanfo so gina lake na no omo etonwom enwom na wote no na omo to no na ebi mu ehim handkerchief any ade like who ko show bi kwan but na me ni me bi omu fia omo ba say me say because me nim aso ekro so and I can't say Catholic church because I don't know but video no akọ viral amanfo ka ho asem like sem na ebi mu ka no uko social media ebi ni kwaw say this is idol worshipping. The Bible clearly speaks against that. So I don't know why this is classified under Christianity. Therefore, say Catholic is not Christianity; it's pagan worship. Paul say at least they have faith that their prayer is heard. Valley say I was vibing to the song, thinking I would be impressed by seeing a person. I got disappointed. Andre say at least make them wear life jacket. If one of us say the challenge be air so. Maybe a tremu na calipo challenge. Maybe a tremu na banku challenge. You abet me chu banku ye. No ababe senko ye calipo challenge abesiako. See they do a year baumia challenge. No na koswa amount for eco social media. Na omo yusu se AI se den na omama omonim no akose eye Dr. Mahmoud Bamia na aso omo behave ti sesenia Dr. Mahmoud Bamia behave no nti aye challenge amount for record your ho no ma post it to social media handles no ene ade aba me aye say bia ye ofu say ye osire say ye odan na waye ebimu kasa te so no ebimu osire te so no ebimu ye mannerisms te so no eno na abaye challenge ye kwa akwato abe de ehi amount for bi eno no ebimu so edwe omobotom ebimu so edwe odo omo ma omo party ebimu so edwen we say what can come bibia amfa me ho wo wa obeto ama na akotoma na ontoma no so amfa no ho ene ebimu so de social media challenge ene hia mo entini na ba befrem ena eguso ye ukọ ye Facebook sisi a ubehu videos ni bi ewo ho sana omo eye challenge ne fa na so enu ne hia wa utumi eye bi moma yenti
Happy FM 98.9.
Why don't I do it now? And why do I want to? I must have a manifesto. Otherwise, if I do everything now, if I could, what will I do when I come into office?
Happy Happy FM 98.9.
Why don't I do it now? And why do I want to? I must have a manifesto. Otherwise, if I do everything now, if I could, what will I do when I come into office?
In the capital. Happy.
Enti ba umia challenge no na wotie ya no nti so wo de na pese okoya ubesimi aye abrante sa ade oye he make we nya asthmatic attack mpo on so se ono de akwadu nchim no papa na kasa de otia no enti challenge ni de ekoso ko social media other people so aye omo de ne ade a na edi eguso enti aha na me de eye social media trend no ABC anope ye da ne ye ho ye ba happy morning show ebeto aso
98.9 Happy FM. We listen right now. 98. Anything. Unbelievable. News, talk, entertainment, sports, you name it. Remember, Happy FM. This is your station, not ours. The capital. Happy. FM.
Charlie, you hold me down, and I'll forever be grateful. You know, say since you showed me to soccer bet, at the sea grades, talking of good cash outs, fast payouts, high odds, and total odds accumulation, bro, it did go on for this side. Charlie, that be high for day. I bet you know that, bro. Soccer bet they do the most. Then my interface they catch me. Smooth navigation and easy access to all the sports games through any virtual games you choose. SoccerBet has all you need as a punter. High odds on pre-games, live games, and interesting virtual games to instant virtual games as well. Don't be left out on all of this. It's a good thing you join the fun side. Make the right choice today and enjoy all the goodies that comes with betting with SoccerBet. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. Not for persons below the age of 18. Gaming can be addictive.
Ene mwe die season na aba meduane ni ayede ene busie tumi didima won ho ton eye mortar season ani mortars die ama waduane ayede nansen papa ene jollof rice ya wodi mortars jollof and stew eye no ekoyi papa enkola no so enjoy spaghetti na wodi mortar seasoning spicy eye no papa. Junior was asking for more and him next time no ya am no so preko na me so timi aka bi ahwe oh no ene me be ya ponchilai soup intimi isu mortars gluten seasoning na me dia spice me nam no na jai o me kom pasta ate gimi enti ya ntamu na ujafo ma me pie ha enu a obom yemu dodo ego mortars fo ma bodu anya ye ready die ayenka obedu adada mortars e wo just baby a you wo dey the spicy aponchi e stew a spicy spaghetti and fish and afi akoko nam nyina for 0244 599 661 and 0247 mortars be a kitchen star FDA aje edwedin kan to yato.
So what I say, what Pomudin Ginaso, never be a paso one or sitting in one. Any a magnesium glycinate free Draxa Therapeutics. Say, magnesium glycinate, your magnesium, a bone piano, which is showing emperor ahasa. A sound of one to near Hudo, then no pink it and dear Manuko 101. Did you the pediaso? Mono magnesium do a ring. So Pebiata, just say www.draxa.org. And I say, Instagram at Draxa.therapeutics. So we hear the so promo. Fraying, and I say WhatsApp 0557 116 113. Yasua was Spintex Road, Echo Bank, Nechipe, Wonungwa, at Debona Quana. So, so say, yes, spell it Draxa no DRAXER. Magnesium glycinate free Draxa Therapeutics. You bet Mawa Yakawa sitting. So you should know ya. FDA getting cracks for at
Darling.
Yes.
Ye bedidi na meche Angel Cola. Me bredodo. Obi fa Angel Cola drink. Na me yonku eyi Angel Orange. Ana Angel Mango. Ose me san pedi obi eyi. Aka me de ho.
Say obi ape Angel soft drinks ni nyina bi.
Aye, Daddy. Me say me penny ni nebi.
Sister, wo de mama Angel Peach, Angel Strawberry, and na Angel Cocktail. Actually, no my Angel Apple Lime.
What? Esa na fuma de. Me say Angel Cola any Angel Orange pe na menya. Afei na nka esa so wo fun wa. Wifi, for us chest no ebesi ha. Ne fa Angel drinks ni nyina egum. Obi ankata na ni no woni. De won sabe so mo no anom.
Ali, na samasa. Eno ano no.
De bia sa na enya no. Angel Cola de asemba bo. Angel drinks ya. Danquah Soft Drinks Beverages Limited. And why? Who to do after one? 0244 83 22 86 and 050 78 78 668.
Angel Drinks.
Taste like our day.
FDA, Ajeje Denkra Toyatum.
Tiki taka, cho happy on wheels. You may be a brown as I do. Hope you imagine, Zegbedia Cassia, and Yabania Buddha Dete, Nabamu Penifo, Assembly members, Majebedia for Penifo, no one yapoya, and they become some natural wagging over mining chichiri and then Kanko. Thursday, August 29, happy on who you may be a back of kind Quensa, very young, a cockapin from Mumbo. Connection market, Hope, no Buddha, Tada, Dimpenifia Betras, no Binko. Way, never Kayo, and Ryan or Kanko Sub Metro in Penifo Adia. Eya machine Virginia or Okankwe South. Eya the Honorable Danquah Newman. And a NDC parliamentary candidate or Okankwe South. Eya Ernest at Bomako. Any assembly members are Hodwa a war Okankwe sub-metro Nada. And Namsi Adro, near Hapon Bivu Happy FM, and a Rainbow Scientific Herbal Clinic. I can't bomb the mediation co air blower. Obenya Quine no one who Nipodian and no how would Kaneshi, Buboshi, and the more Makana Mowa Okankwe South, never care when you're in Menya Fed, Menya Crabberry. Happy on wheels, Sahel Screening, Rainbow Scientific Herbal Clinic, and the Median of the Brew, Medica say, a doctor or Dr. Endano. The best you may be to say full body screening, body mass index, eye care, so when me, a ya, and I will not ye. Yamu Mushanusu, who ya dear be a mua, Ubeka crap, now they are told. It's an said, Rainbow Scientific Herbal Clinic in Brody, a papa. I think 8 a.m. Pepe, and the one near the health screen of Ashisoso. Happy on wheels. Be there, be here.
Happy FM 98.9.
Niamamo akwanta we to nkosro winyantabanka metu fa minimobi a onyantabanka wade zango atu Happy Happy 98.9 FM, your morning companion, the happy morning show. Your friend Sefah Danquah, free Sabria copy non crobebo. A chassis free nuncia, neither copy non cronium, Sabri, the Modiana Pensio be suhunanum. Now open Suez Suhuno more. A Tovilla natural purified drinking water. Sanope, one Monsieur Bian and yet Tovilla natural purified drinking water. Tugu. Nafa number enough for Tovilla Water Solutions. No member Tovilla Natural Purified Drinking Water. Number 0552 490684 0552 490684. And no air number bit me for Tovilla Water Solutions. So now you de Tovilla Natural Purified Drinking Water. A dia a natural I sign asone so. Ye fin bia san free mo odi onya binumu a ho dance die no nyame na medie wana ba be kam ho na ye dia dance na ye food and drugs authority agiatum food and drugs authority agiatum na ne bo nso afo a obetumi enya bi nso petumi wa wedi mu ema eyi fin biara wa wedi mu epie mo wa ho de no tumi sipi esita mo apomodi ne mapa Emma already need to meet Tosso tun the sakoda for ne sere hono ai a Tovilla natural purified drinking water into for number na frɛ na emro BCC 0552 490684 na kai se obenum anode ubedi dwumadie bia nhyiamudie kese na angel drinks eniasia na trese dwumadie no wanhya ase kra na nkenye me ramia no pay esan say angel drinks mu ahodo assorto baako enum 5 yo angel cola ho angel orange angel mango angel peach angel apple amiti nia upe bia no ubetumi anya bi anom na de ma no ye den say angel drinks produce vitality and maintain fluid in normal balance. Enye drinks ni bi mu a wonu mu abehwe enche bia na sukom de wo umiri mu awie de ne ya hohwea enye yenu da bi. Enye sa drink ni bia kai say Adonko soft drinks beverages limited. Womo ahyeda nhwehwemu ansana womo ede angel drinks badwumu se de bi bia betimi enye bia to ba bia befa bia no betimi nya angel drinks ni bi. Ato nemum open do so pumu atu akwakoton dia. Numbers ni any Adonko soft drinks beverages limited any nkita hon ewo so 0244 832286 0507 878668 Angel drinks ya no agiso se de nkoda na giso no taste like our day we obi abetumi anombi koda empenyini emrewa adantemu obi abetumi anombi nyankopon mo chena 29th of August 2024. Yade Happy on Wheels Ebremo Forecourt Kaneshi Market. Eni ekobo yesisi nyankopon dum ochena Danquah ekopim nonum Danquah kopim nonum ne ne mpanyimfo ahodo asorto a womo Okankwei South empeso ane so no womo ne eni etenase na yedi nkomo yedi mpeso ane so enkomo yedi sub metro no eho enkomo sanso ena yedi amanyosem enkomo esan se Okankwei South metro penyina odano director odano ba betrans no kasawia member of parliament for Okankwei South Honorable Danquah Newman yehwe nanim so no ba betenase na Okankwei for enino etumi edinkita ho NDC parliamentary candidate for Okankwei South ura enestadoma kododo of na efre no kion wono so eba be piem ho bi na wono so na NDC na ni so adi ho na wo edima Okankwei South mpeso ane so no wo de atodwa sanso en assembly members ahodo a moam koto aba eyi wom so wom nyina wo electoral areas ano no moam emfampuntuo ene nkoso emra no wom so ba be piem ewudwumade na sibi ama chese yatoto ma no ensenka wo ho enkyeremu bi a wo ho efampuntuo ho nsem ewo mompotemo ahodo no a assembly members no eda ano no we eyakonya kese se mbetimi abisa wo nsem ebuso mu nkyeremu na wo ede ama wo mamenka obi se enya wo nkwa na enimu edi nkomo driver unions ahodo market women ahodo amuwo Kaneshi market obi biara ho bia wo se ne dinkomo bia ye ne ba betena se ne dinkomo free donko ekopem no num 1 to 5 pm na de madwumade ne kura ye de ene se dan de nyina ye pia ye de surprise ahodo na eko surprise ye de Rainbow Scientific Herbal Clinic ena ye de wo eka ye ho a ye ko Okankwei South mpeswa so meka Okankwei South sub metro na ura Dr. Odotoba watenka ewo kasafidi so se ne dinkomo mpembebre a wo chirichiri mu nim de ewo apomodine ensemu emudo papa na wakasanso no chirensemu mu dese bro mu nsuo no se nyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyunyu ama asiw yade ano kwan no wode ni nyina asan ade ama ye ba be ye screening ahodo e wodwumadi na se na full body screening body mass index eye care any de eka ho nyina no ye be ye na ade ama na mu ye hu se oha kakra wo ho a eno no tue bibi kakra se de bitimi ama onuro na wakwa konoma oha ahodo no timi afru so akwa pomodi ni hu hian eniti ni dwumadi abata happy on wheels ho se ye de brewo 29th of August 2024 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mesrawa enyu humfrim so owo Okankwei South Submetro anase owo Okankwei South empeso ano so na wodo Okankwei South pa dia we ejumadi enu kwan so be you hu efri hu happy on wheels your voice your power say we obi a wa chinchina che wona masofo so wona madifo so wona mununsinfo so wo ko mia ahodo a enu kwan se ukukura wakonsuo bi ho ukoya deɛ na wo ba be pa so me be peba me nua ma wo chinchini ye ya no wa nya mu aye papa bia wakwa dokotafo beye ahodo enum eho wokɔ we ho a wɔsi o wo hwene emu na asi ntina ntimi ngo wokɔ foforo ho a wɔsi o onsa no a ɛto na bia na ye oya no etutu wo no sasabro wo so enu ntina ntimi ngo de obekɔ no bio wɔsi o wo kura no wɔfunu kura na asa wonyem na nso wonyem me nua ba mesrew sachara wadwene enchinchini sankrofo we nyina so ɛwɔ bra Dreams Fertility Clinic ɛwɔ ho me nua ba ma wadwene no sɛ oboja me boja pa me boja me fire hwɛ me dem ye bibia bra enzo won kwansuo no ntumi ngo ba mesrew kɔ na kokɔpɛ mmoa ɛwɔ Dreams Fertility Clinic asoyɛ wɔn no betimi aboa ama awom haw biara akɔ yɔkɔdana ɛda wo so adan wa adwenwen a te sɛ wuyi wa adwene free so kra emfree Dreams Fertility Clinic say saa wo dadwene ni nyina wɔn bɛma na free hɔ de ama ɛwɔ bra wɔn hwɛ ɔhawa hodo a adokoro wo enti ɛma wontimi nwo wɔn hwɛ ni nyina wi a enuro no wɔn de ɛma wo sɛ de ɛbɛya obetumi ɛde asi saa ɔhawa ahodo no ano kwan no ɛyɛ nuro a ɛyɛ ɔba de nsa no yɛmfa bibi fufuro biara ɛmfa mframu mamenka obi sɛ Food and Drugs Authority agisa nuro yi nyinada ɛde atum tie ne ukuto bi na wo no mu a eni ho kwan so obohu bia ɛwɔ ho na emom sɛ wo tie mi anopai na wo de ngɛngɛ na wo pe wo fie wakia che wonya bi asofo no da down ɛna brane anwarew ɛne yenkonko shampo no ɛne de ka ho ebinom di usika mesoro sika de no enema ne ntwa esan the Dreams Fertility Clinic ton safro bra na wa wo ho nsem fa betu enim ne enko mmoa Francis ya ne aye krado se ni bidin kita ho 0597 225 388 ana 0597 225 389 ana 0599 555 220. Dreams Fertility Clinic, the leading clinic in fertility solutions. Dreams Fertility Clinic, holistic fertility for all. Oh, here, Chakwanya, your Tema Community 22 Estate Junction. Tema Community 22 Estate Junction. Ehonye oh, here, Chakwanya, ubetimi ehunye. Na oha hudu bia da so no yetimi aso ano e dia ma. Na emom wapomodini hu hiame. Ti wa wonim se dawro baako miensa mabui ni nyina apomodini edimu ntintimai pa na nipa de udi akoniaba ukona obada ne dan nyina no na mre ana woyo etoda kra waduane die mu wonnamu ni de ka ho nyina no emma wa ho ode no entumi nsipin sita be oye adwuma kakra bi no atoba ha oye adwuma kakra bi no agogo sempo ase haban oye adwuma kakra bi na asebonto ede akaja enye onim se nyankopon wobo yen no wobo ese nya ahode ne entenase na yenche ne ba ne se na ne yagugoi yantoboase me wanu yi edema drugs therapeutics se menka wo se e wo se wapomodine etumi sipi esita na wapomodine etumi asipi esita de a na ekere se e wo se wunya ahodenuro a ebetimi ama ohudene ebema emmoawa no wo widie mu akutia yade ahodo no wo betimi agina brane agina sem brante makantinka akwatia yade ahodo biara ebe na adwene se ebebo ewura widie no mu drug therapeutics say womo no empanyimfo a womo eye enuro womo enuro ho enimde ekeka eniema bomu eye enuro no womo nyantoboase ena womo yesa aduri edi abadwomu a ene amanfo bebre no ano ena etu aguso gidigidi pa menka na down wokɔ drugstores ahodo wokɔ eye drugza.org o from telephone homa so 0557 116 113 0538 655 620 sa number si drugza therapeutics numbers no mabobo so mesantimu esa adiama obiu nemum bia befa bia no drugs say o ma ye krado so mbetimi edi nrebi edi ama wo na nso betimi anom na waho odene a etoda na so ate no atumi asan agina ne dada mu bio na watimi ako atia yadewa ahodo ahoden di hia enkwa ne hia danda nyina enti wo nkwa no aya no aboho ban enti na wapomodini danda nyina no e se ohwe na dan nyina no wapomodini etumi gina so tenenenenene pa hwehwe Dragza Therapeutics wo mu no ebi ekira kwan ewo www.dragza.org anase ebio numbers ahodo a medi kan bo so mienu no obetimi afa numbers ni mu bia no afre Dragza Therapeutics na ni omodi nkita ho numbers no mintimum fama 0557 116 113 0538 655 620 okwa abafo ntintankese ne so akwan ho de fa so edi ehun kita ho no a me kire Instagram, Facebook, TikTok me de me fra kwankwan anuase oni nyina ekuhiesia ne didi ye ho nkomo okwa saa mia ne nyina Dragza Therapeutics wo ho dragza.therapeutics at dragza.therapeutics sanso na ko X enkane Twitter no a eye Dragza_health no menka o se the spell Dragza no enu ni DRAXER Dragza Therapeutics. Your health and our expertise are connected. Se one fa wo registration form se oba besia kan e wo Happy Bible Quiz no mu what to say e bohu dewru e wo Happy 98.9 FM Happy akasefidi ni so ediokron wotwe echiripon kron no na wo mefa ya me sentimu bio akai wo nsori aku ahodo ankrankra mo gidie se munim de e wo twerkronkron no mu no emudo pa na mbetimi asia kan akyera foforo no se munim de wo twerkronkron no mu no e konkan eno no ye ya akonya edemamo be fa registration forms no na fele ma menka wo se 2024 Happy Bible Quiz no akyede akakraka e ka ho no se mebuboso e de akyerewo a wa na America gidi pa wona be boto no ba be fa registration forms Happy 98.9 FM na munim de man ye de ne se wo be fa registration forms no a enya ade a obia agiw sika wonim se nansan abefo kwantempon kwan so e fa so di djuma e wo man Ghana mu no tuatisi amanfo agi atumu papa enteni wo wa chirichiri baabi na se wuntimi emumpini asylum down ma Happy 98.9 FM your front desk ma mefa Happy Bible Quiz 2024 registration forms no a bomodia tetefa homaya medi betudwai fre na panyini a wodi dwumadi no ho chiame no obegyew so na wani wadinkita ho kwan fefe so na ya kire kwankwa befa so a wonso betimi ama wonsa aka registration forms ni bi na wafele na wodi aba 0245 957 852 0245 957 852 mesre fre enchiremu ahodo biara no a wohia e wo Happy Bible Quiz emfiempi mienu nya dunu na dia ye de ebetudwa no eho no o fresa number na obusa ye betumi e de amount ma menka obio se da ye twato wo se wo de registration forms no eba no September boso mini de to so edu baako September boso mini de to so du baako na wo so de registration forms no eba ntimi se wa se wo be registration forms no akai se 11th of September 2024 no de na wa fili bibia na watumi e de aba se de bia bibia betumi akototen e de amawo Happy Bible Quiz knowing Christ blood donation dan nyina betena se mbo hu daru no se medical catchem say I will be there some enti pese me hu wonso e wodwumadi no ase na me hu wodwumadi no ase a na nyina ne se ye nyina no ye pese ye heroes and heroines ye kwatwumoja e de egu ho na ye de agya foforo no enkwa wonim se bia wo akro ya akra no e na e bia menkase musuomra anase bone bi nto wo akro ya no na bia e beduru brebi na obehia saa mojai wo nipa bi ana obusuani bi ana onyonku bi e bi kura saa abre no na ohia pa e betimi akonomwa ye hwa ni mu se nipa baako ahanu ene ye hwa ni mu se ye betimi aba be hye mu Medina STC station ɛhɔ ɛne yɛhwɛ sɛ dwumadi no bɛkɔkɔ so no nkron pɛpɛpɛ 28th of September 2024 ne de dwumadi nyinaa hyehyɛ so mesrɛ hwɛ no antwe ho amfiri ɛyɛ Happy FM Danquah Insurance Blood Donation Drive ɛno ho nkɔmmɔ na mene ho ɛdi nti mesrɛ wo bɔmmɔde anabra bɛka ho na yɛntumi ɛnni saa adwuma no yɛntwe emogya mfantoɔ ɛmfa nye afoforo no mu ɛnkwa adeɛ baako a bɛtumi ayɛ ama dandan nyinaa wonam a na uti ɛda wokɔn so ɛne sɛ ogye afoforo no mu ɛnkwa anaasɛ oboa ama awerɛhyɛmu anigye ɛne ɔdɔ aba amanfo no mu animu anaasɛ wɔn akoma mu yei ɛyɛ adeɛ baako a bɛtumi ayɔ na wode aboa mmɔden fa ho bɛka ho bi na yɛnyɔ Happy FM Danquah Insurance Blood Donation Drive. Be a hero, donate blood. Happy FM nim dear. Happy FM any Nkuwa. And then we quite idea. Na me catch us say more taste, more taste. More taste, more taste. More taste, more taste. Tickle your taste buds. Now tickle your taste buds. Na more taste ginger, more taste garlic, more taste vegetable, more taste shrimps, and more taste chicken. Natural pure spices ahodo ewo dwumu a ene wokwa obetimi enye bie ato edie kwako dijuma ofie be a kitchen star we bema oba obi biara ebetimi awisu bi na owisu wi a oba na waba bedi ho adanse e de amame mame nkai wo se openido so pomu atu akwakoton a no mani nie 0244 599 661 and 0247 151 877. We a numbers a bit me a friend more task. One more distributing was so on sabit me account na wako ton and as it work out you should be. It will feel name Oko Jomo baby a ton spices beer. No, I can't say, oh, maybe more task. Menya be a dear mo. Tie abrantia no a won no ahye kokwa mu a beye mfie beye nson ne nwotwini a ababa wa no a won na tena hye ne bo beye mfie enum ni a waka kire se o yakoye fie di aka akra ye de wedding white one no be soso na tete bibia awie peye no mesere wa hye ne bo ache tenke PhD kwa na nka akwa yanka wawie emma 2025 empam ho nko e obra sa aboshe no ntimi eni so. It sounds a Happy 98.9 FM. Happy FM Valentine Mass Wedding. A warrior on another level. I did bro. Happy FM 98.9. There be a better answer. Meka me dem data. It sounds a unim. Say, if you move, say, so we were doing pose ope say we wedding. Well, baby kitu e baby kesi bia. E wo mai mu a. Wa moka between 44,000 to 55,000 Ghana cedis. Umpewe na pedeng. Ucha 1,000 Ghana cedis pe. Na ya ye wa warrior no nsem ni nyina. Bibia. Near the amount. It's as easy as we be say cheesy peasy. But more than about forms registration forms on your beam. Befabi. 14th of February 2025. Wedding on a grand style and your dear bro. Happy FM Valentine Mass Wedding. Open to movie numbers in the more than a friend 0244 906235 and 0244 143994. Bomodiana Bra, number for registration forms. The front text of Happy 98.9 FM. Na enkomono yesha sie ni entwetwe. Yesha sie ni atwetwe a na metro say about mabunu ene mabunu empuntu ni won koso e wo man mo hwe ni wanu a sima baako aduanan be ye nan abapa no nson ho na chese 44 past the hour of 7 and I say it's just about some 16 minutes to the top of the hour 8 a.m. Happy morning show no asugu so uti no ti ha na Dr. Aya tenase Dr. Aya kasama fo baako a wogina mu na wakasafa the National Democratic Congress one more manifesto de koko tu dwa no mabunu nsam ho ye ne tenase ne ne di nkomo kakra e wodwuma die so nemum tiewe
cooperatives in all mining districts will set up a gold board that will be responsible for buying gold from the small scale mining sector. The way we have the cocoa board buying cocoa from the farmers, we'll have a gold board that will buy all the gold from the small-scale miners. It will send it to our own refinery to be refined, and we'll export refined gold and get all the value addition instead of sending the raw bullion out the way we are currently doing. Decentralized regulatory licensing and processes for artisanal miners. That is setting up offices of the Minerals Commission in all mining districts. Implement a blue water initiative to heal and harness the environment. We're going to clean the poisoned waters that have been poisoned by mining so that we can discharge those waters back into our rivers. We're also going to hire the young people in tree growing. And so in the areas where mining has finished, we will level the ground, close all the holes, and we'll have young boys from the community. We'll pay them a stipend every month. We'll give them a bobo yas. We'll put polytanks in there so that they can plant trees on the mined out land so that we can reclaim the land.
Happy 90th FM also good sweating. Joining in the Happy Morning Show, your friend Sefah, Danquah, Rapper Fatisha Boli, Sanso, and Dr. Aye, and so Atanasi, Onoye Kasamafo, Edema, the youth segment of the NDC's Manifesto. Doc, and a premier watch in Wakaba.
Major Sumania,
a Pomoko there.
Obadi de and Quache de. We can't complain. Say the only difficulty we are having presently, Amamu Bonia, Ghana for Ekum, and I say Akum in the last 8 years. A year Ebusian Chen Farmamu, Kokofu, Boni, and my any day, Yambobi Mao. Chese corruption, catastrophe, project, reckless, careless dissipation of public funds. A regime, say it is important to waste $110 million of Ghana cedi sika. Okay, $110 million into building the biggest hole in the world. A completely needless, reckless venture. This is what underpins the government. Family and friends, corruption, ineptitude. And when I edit Ghana, I do baby. And ne otoyento. Ufria yentuya. Odo sa show kotokuma and si so. Just a near memoir ding. Swami Mazi for Jumegu. Kokompe for Juma egu. Aboso kai for Juma egu. Because enkaneno sikaka krabi na no muhinya de $1 akwa kraniema. Ena me no kasa uhinya 60 cedis. Ansa na wenya $1. Enkane sa uhinya $1,000 you need only 4,000 Ghana cedis. Ena me no kasa you need 16,000 Ghana cedis to get the same $1,000. Intiama ejuma egu. Infaswa kakra ejadifo importers, market women, enya ewo enyuma omoye no so no. Safa so ni na eden ashe. That is the problem the people of Ghana are facing. What did they can say? Inti sa wo share abaya. I mean, in the course of my debates, I'll demonstrate to you why the MPP must be voted out. Why the MPP must be voted out, and I'll demonstrate. Look, before 2017, NDC abaya under John Dramani Mahama ebon homo de pa. Because under John Dramani Mahama, na Ghana debt to GDP ratio 55.6%. H say na Ghana timi tuya ye kanyina e maybe ka. Enu bi na odibis esi projects, kwan, universities, hospitals, water projects. Entire economy ni ye pa. Before 2017, na Ghana budget deficit only 6.1. Before 2017, na Ghana inflation 15%. Before 2017, na Ghana cedi depreciating was only 9.6%. In fact, before 2017, na manufacturing sector was growing at 7.9. The industry sector was growing at 4.3. Construction sector was growing at 8.4. In fact, the unemployment rate was 8.4% because of the massive infrastructure outlay. Now the NDC regime at the time, that became the bedrock of all employment. And now me no say yenya ewo kromwa. Enti Saudi wa now sha. In fact, before the NDC left in 2016, the IMF Economic Intelligence Unit had projected that by 2017 Ghana will grow at 8%.
Happy FM.
Jomama wendi Ghana bro. Osanja isika pudua. Se omainu no kwa wunyehia mu a Ghana betimi de inside the abom. Osha Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund. Jomama jai $270 million. Osha Stabilization Fund. And nuna COVID baya MPP aban amobra. Omodi omanya scam to ho. Omodi edidi preku. Eyo omodesi edidida. Into John Mahama Stabilization Fund no cry o kreti ya. Na sikaka kaya nyafi petrol buno ye jadi tumwa ema nchirima no. MPP ba omuso omudo munja bintu. Into John Mahama ja $300 million. Eto sa Stabilization Fund dim. Ghana ho chire no during COVID. Enu na kufa do ne sako bo mu ko ye free water and free electricity. John Mahama ja a sinking fund. $500 million. John Mahama and Ghana bro. Sika kakra onyaye or the BC University of Ghana Medical Center. And now me no ka say musicians, movie stars, omo do do ma sa hospital on omo kwada di twa selfies, di twa pictures. E bo John Mahama baso.
Happy FM.
Range Hospital on me adwuma. Last year, beautiful hospital. John Mahama sanu adwuma ni bi. Bank of Ghana Hospital. And open CT scans are fair. X-rays are fair. Ultrasound machines are fair. Oh, when I'll be near John Mahama sanu adwuma. International Maritime Hospital. John Mahama ne see here. They give cutting-edge medical services for the general public. And can you quote a porter? About 5 p.m. Untimi nyadwuma ho. Uko yu niema untimi nyi through the $800 million MPS port expansion. And net 24/7. Oko ha no pa 8 o'clock. Oko enyumre 9 o'clock. Oko ha ma 3 o'clock. Crowd bitimi ayeden akle o niema.
Just sami mo 24-hour economy no.
Yeah, we started in 2016.
A campaign. Well,
before your campaign.
Me push you and I say me any fi baby a ona make kana you focus on where you what you speak on.
I'll do that in the next 2 minutes because me lay a certain background. Me hu baby a na Ghana bo.
Okay.
You see Terminal 3. MPP force the whole West Africa. And no the most user friendly airport. And the most user-friendly terminal. You see e-blocks. You see railway. Tamatu Pakadan. Takradi to Kojo Krom. We expanded water coverage through the Pond Water Project, the Mampong Water Project, the tertiary desalination plant, the Mampong Water Project, the 5-town water project. We added 110 million gallons of water a day to the water coverage. Increase water coverage from 55% to 76%. Yes, John Mahama said di Ghana bro. Osama a gas plant, a $1 billion facility. And on the gas near the power plants near electricity. Osanja Esla, a founder. Oja is got 2 more and only a little fango edugu your plant. And to where your papa, none in India was slow. And never Ghana baby that unemployment rate. 15.7%.
Is it 14.7?
CCI 14.7.
Yeah.
I thought it was 15.7. 14. No problem. But I'm about to at 8%. And no matter double no. And never full $1 But be a say you may go and a left company of Medjania Figana. Media, Edjania Figana. Glovo, Edjania Figana. Just say, a woman a good. It is a baby. ɛsɛe ɔman no aban bi ɛbɔ bɔsiase aban bi ɛnɛ Ghana yɛka yɛ de 742 billion debt to GDP ratio over 80%. Agye nkurɔfoɔ 1 million sika adi through the domestic debt exchange program. It is aban bi sɛe ɔman yɛ te sɛ a the first order of business is to vote them out. There must be no excuse. There must be no explanation for a regime of this nature. Having voted them out, we have to look at the next option, the next alternative. And in my candid view, I believe that the next alternative is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And as a spokesperson for youth development, I want to touch on Niyama pa John Mahama peso yema Ghana mebuno. And ne Ghana mebuno.
Even before you go there, I mean, so if all of these and Yema Obobosui, and indeed, very fairly, you beat me at check. Was the former president John Dramani Mahama? Yes, I am Edima. Oh my Ghana for. So if indeed he had performed that well, one logical question would be: a DNT and a Ghana for a two abatiano in the 2016 elections, and again in 2020 elections, went to me and Inkunim. What is the guarantee? Say he could do anything different when voted for by Ghanaians.
In Rautie, Papa John Dramani Mahama. Happy FM. Ewo Accra Hatawana one Ghana Phobinum Ekasa. Ewo one of the constituencies. You know, in 2016, the NDC administration was a subject of, misrepresentation, falsehoods. Now, man, for us say NDC abayno and John Dramani Mahama. Eyeba omia, okojina simpiesu, chantro, ena Ghana dollar ninye. Intibon tumami, samo tumami ame shamubo, Ghana ye mobo siya. We will move this country from taxation to production. And then it is from more taxation to more taxation and more taxation. And I kufuado. Chan to Mahama so we're inflating radio hospital cost. It took no less a person than his old friend, Mr. Kokubako, to come and tell President Kufuado say, in some okano enyampa. No. Why independent analysis of the rich hospital. And I who says our hospital no nika eboa ye this year no sa pepepe for so be anyhow. And the NDC regime, unfortunately, any obi ankan asama was a victim of more lies and more lies and more lies. And it is how the macroeconomic indicators in before 2016 any just say aban general performance to John Mahama, the one was John Mahama was extremely better, especially a regime in years kaketu. You say at the last reckoning, the NDC, the 8 years of NDC regime, Siko Amunya now was 271 billion. Siko Amunya now, but MPP Abanwe enya 1.3 trillion, 5 times of what the NDC regime had. And TSC to whom much is given, much is expected. Ghana for tenase, ama all the yenya accounts, all the yenya din, akwa bobo siya, ase ababia from Kwame Nkrumah. And you must show us commensurate levels of capital investments, social investment. It justifies Sikana Ghana for them. And this government has been extremely appalling. Look at all the economic indicators. Very, very appalling. And so they must be voted out. And your mama power say posterity will be his judge. Indeed, posterity has become his judge. Because Ghana for answer. Ghana for the performance at to Sanieni, and the MPP performance at to Sanieni. And who said John Mahama is the best man to lead. Now I want to go through some of his youth policies. adeɛ baako a ɛha Ghana mabunu paa yɛ adwumasɛm. In fact, the national security tells us said the biggest threat to Ghana your national security is the issue of unemployment. In the last 2 years, emabunu aye from Gen Zs, omaye more than 4 demonstrations etiasa aban. Because oma to tun sani o say aban ya bobo siase na aban bia. And so any aban a on Francis aye gu akwam emma mabunu adwuma kra. In fact, John Mahama Kwade, due to his massive infrastructure investment, there were a lot of projects provided jobs. Emma Mebuno, Osha Radio Hospital, thousands of doctors and nurses, Terminal 3, thousands of young people, Tamaport expansion, thousands of young people, expansion of secondary schools, building of e-blocks, thousands of young people, and the Mao Mejuma, and Nessa Bayi, Omanya Sikasina Bayi Bia, and so unemployment is at a staggering 14.7%. And to your mama see your bar or the mabulu problems to nakuma so. And to see your baby a friend 24 hours economy. What is 24 hours economy? A deliberate policy intervention to increase productivity. A deliberate intervention to provide jobs for the people of Ghana. And we a very intelligent policy any president will think about, because it is happening in the US, it is happening in England, it is happening in France. And a deliberate, extremely deliberate policy intervention to increase productivity, to provide jobs, and to change Ghana into an import-substituted, export-led economy. Now, what is your mama saying? Say, "Adia bakwa, a high numa power Ghana a cost of electricity. Me know what ye. Even a single room cry da air come back up in the silk. Look at the ECG bills are here. How much more companies are industries or more machines I can say. It's yen never been found so massene. And also the specialized meters be your friend a time of use electricity. Time of use electricity meters. Such that depending of the day of the week or the time of the day you use those meters, no, you will pay extremely less. What it means is that we a company now we are juma from 6 to 5 p.m. anopa to enyume. Now upon. Ba we produce bibi ti se emu, we produce bibi ti se tomatoes, we produce bibi ti se tin roll Ghana for on a daily basis you use so. But because of untimi nya juma 24/7 because electricity board din into no. So by juma after 5 p.m. to say ade be chia. Now on ordinarily no. So utua 100 cedis an hour. Your mama say because of that time of use specialized meters would be juma anajo akosi anopanti. So utua 100 cedis asisi ano e be 20 cedis and 10 cedis abede ubetua. Especially calibrated. And when this happens, it will reduce the cost of production. Companies will have the opportunity to employ more people because during the day, some produce 200 bags. Over here, you produce another 200 bags. And more young people.
So demand in for those extra 200 bags if the factories or the companies are producing within their capacity. That number one, producing for demander, not excess. So
the point is that you say 24 hours economy, no, a deliberate intervention. It's a company meeting the demand. They are the company that will sign onto it.
Okay.
And in Ghana, say you import more.
Companies want to meet the demand.
The demand
in what sense?
Say
in no matter do amount for pay.
Amount to produce because of high cost of production.
So for the past 8 years, has the National Democratic Congress been able to identify some of these companies are meet the demand for the service?
Look at pharmaceutical companies like Tobinco, NS Chemist, Dan Adams. When John Mama was in power, or a critical assessment of omu production, any niema how any niema sabain the so much no they can do more. So John Mama gave them $27 million to support them. And now she paracetamol bebrebu Oshe anti-malarials, Coatem, Lonat, Ebua. Yedibi Chekrano. It is because of the investment we did at the time in these companies to let them do more. But NDC are buying when we do something mundane, ordinarily we should do to the people of Ghana. We should do for the people of Ghana. We don't trumpet it. Because I idea Ghana for that to Obama is saying.
I understand this history, but what I'm asking is, for the past 8 years, because you've been in opposition, and I may would you say. And Sakrans and Bukruchi be a good crata. Oh, yes. And the Amibisan said, as part of the policy, any implementation plan are more warm. Much more companies do Ebiamun AGI Tennessee. Oh, more companies do. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Here and your Mabia. Oh, give it me a ball to meet their
of course,
they are needs.
Yes, because of how technical and sensitive it is in Intino. I can't mention the names of the company. In fact, I know some of them. Just that I can't mention. Also, it is quite competitive because Okobobi they always say, with the company we send this.
No, I'm not saying mention the name.
Yes, but yes, of course.
Ghana and Matimia quantify.
Yes.
And moi, I'm betting Edia Kwamo to help them meet their demands.
There's a 40-member committee, CCA. They are planning on the blueprint and the rollout of that policy. What is here? Companies are in fact, some of the companies have even started writing letters to us. Say they want to roll onto the program. There are some of the companies like that. Letters.
Companies are more resident in Ghana.
Yes.
The National Democratic
NDC.
So they want to be a part
of the policy.
Okay.
Yes. And I can tell you on authority. Because I know about it. What I say? IIS analysis need now to help these companies. And it's a very beautiful point. And not only sika semno, electricity semno. In fact, unim said your mama neti Exim Bank, a funded Exim Bank. Or creates our bank no out of the extremely intelligence and innovation. Your mama said companies are. In fact, some of them will need financial support in terms of loans, in terms of subsidies, in terms of grants from government. Through the Exim Bank project, your mama will support some of these companies. And now, yesterday, why be done your friend is saying, I have for on what a bank da. Into so case or the Sa bank now, what's the never support companies are only what they make say, and it's a fact. I know never war. Now, in an environment of a 24-hour economy, in the pharmaceutical sector, in the agri sector, in the business process outsourcing sector, in mining sector, construction sector, hospitality industry, what you need is improved security. Because nipa beye adwuma awia anajo ahomache. Yes baby a nyankopon ma ebo mo ampesi no. Ho na bonsam so yeden. Etoto ne momone. Enti se nipa beye adwuma ahomache a akonfo arenfo so be den omewa around. In an environment of 24-hour economy, no, there will be improved security. In that, in fact, human resource analysis gap in the police service. We have a gap of about 25,000. Mama make a promise, so you be far extra 25,000 police. That is for the government sector. There will be private security arrangements as well. Our private security sector and our agencies will roll onto the project. So more people will be employed for improved security. In an environment of a 24-hour economy, there will be improved transport. Your mama na di ayalolo buses by COVID-19 by sa buses no and a bo Ghana ho bra. Ema ni pam nurses and doctors are COVID-19 ti omo chire omo no, those buses transported them to work. And in an environment of a 24-hour economy, there will be improved transport. The more buses be come, now you transporting the workers they have been enrolled onto the 24-hour economy.
How many young people in total in the 24-hour economy?
We are looking at 1 million. In excess of 1 million. We are looking at in excess of 1 million.
Okay, because so in excess of 1 million,
yes.
Then it means 14.7%. We're talking about 7 million. So after that 1 million, say sa mabunu womunya adwuma ya, what happens to the remainder? There 6 million.
Yes, say one say governance and a process. So aban bi ba no timi absorb 1 million young people. Utimi absorb 1 million young people. A serious achievement. I will say commend this aban no. And your mama will do it.
And so
you the only policy.
Doc, you mean to say then the NPP should be commended for the claims that they have employed about 2.1 million people in
let me expose that fallacy. Utimi. But me manifesto no that day doc 70% of our employee. So it's 2.3 million.
Yes.
Then during his media engagements, it's what by 200,000.
He said between 2.1 to 2.3.
This is a liar. Employment details. Mufia muti. Muni nipa yejuma wa. So you nipa do yejuma wa.
It will be difficult for me to.
How so you are not the one you are not the human resource officer. But this is a vice president or 25 secretaries and assistants. The figure, you have a minister of youth employment. And I say, yes, minister for employment. So you don't know the number of people you have employed. And you see, I will contest that because they have changed their position on the number of employed youth on several occasions. On February 2021, almost 3 million. We're the employment minister. February 2021. But on 16 September 2020, also have a NIPA 5.3. And then on 15 September 2020, also have a NIPA 5.3. But in 2021, also have a NIPA 3 million. In less than 6 months, and NIPA our employment swatted by 2 million. So this is a regime that is lying. They are playing on the intelligence of the people of Ghana as far as employment is concerned. In fact, on April 2023, Baumiana said Oma created 2.2. The same Baumia on 7 February 2024, the first address, also Oma created 2.1. Okay. They are changing in one breath. Almost Oma created say in another breath. Also Oma created say. So what created this? If see a Ghana Statistical Service say, Emmanuel Munia Jumaya 1.9 million. Who do you mean? Into so what created 3.5 million. I think we should be importing labor from outside, but still young people are still picketing. Young people are still demonstrating. It is a lie.
So I am not a communicator for the MPP, but I'm trying to see the understanding of where these figures and as a contradicting figures might be coming from. At some point, there was NAPCO. People were in employment. And so more my employment figures are minimum some back county those people. Now there isn't. Into be more man now employment figures are also mutumi you or free mo. Into me fan says 100,000 people and now more under NAPCO. Now they are no longer there. So South figure and I will say to me a free mo. Apart from that, I know that sometimes you politicians, when you are in government, more my employment figures are you add up direct and indirect numbers. And to be an to me play a role or Emma figures, to me you know, at every point in time.
And to add to that, there are people who are in cyclical employment. They may be pointer or they may be pointer on the edge.
When you have a situation where more than 7 times, depending on who you listen to in the MPP, depending on who you listen to in the MPP, you get a different employment figure. You know that they are about a mischief. They are lying. Look at how unemployment rate has ballooned within a short time. It is because they are not doing anything. They will inflate the figure and come and tell you some of the say on NAPCO for they have been demonstrating, they have been writing statements in the social media say and so they have not employed them. But you see, what the people of Ghana need, what the young people in this country need, and cyclical jobs. We need permanent jobs. 24-hour economy now, it is bringing decent permanent jobs that will afford youth the opportunity to eke out a decent living. And a decent living here can sustainable jobs. And seasoned professor, Professor Jampomu, UTA AGI, UTA Guta, UTA Chase, all the trade unions are. The conversation is that John Mahama policy no is a game changer. This is a policy. Omatrasi ankasa analyze it. And who says how policy way it makes a lot of sense. If you go to a country, sir, Ghana, Bobo say few say US, UK, French, they are doing 24 hours. When you go to Sydney,
and to plan for the 24-hour economy, no, and saying where is the NDC hoping to start? Ekwa could do him for.
In fact, and
you spoke about security, say Ebefa police for near there. But one thing in Ghana is that doing you may Ghana ha a high sum.
Yeah,
and that 24-hour economy, no, mean share that anti anything about electrification project as part of that policy. And no,
sure. This is a precedent or no buyer. Or say a two actually be mabo. This is a precedent or say or no. He will not solve Ghana energy crisis as say the other regimes are here. In 2007, Kufu omo kofa so fo fi apeja. Any suhun any tamale. Say omunko jina ko so mudam no mo mpa na nsuo nton free so na mbegu dam nim na yenya more power. Your mama say on the onye sa. In 2015 State of Nations address, your mama say I will solve Dunso. And in fact, he solved Dunso for about me to go and sit in a studio. March 2016 said your mama has solved Dunso by Monabaso. Happy FM. Until this is a president or solving a major power crisis for MPP to come and tell us that now we are even producing more power. That we don't need. Say panel. How will he implement a 24-hour economy without improved security and enlightenment? Oba here, bro. So, a
component part of the AA.
Yes, Obia Okunosono. We see
when who come as what you believe will be done.
No. You see,
and I say a part of the policy
and electrification is part of security. It's part of security. It is obviously part of security. How can you improve security by only employing police for any private security? There will be improved lightning. In fact, part of it cry the hospitality and the entertainment sector. No? So we will support them. And Ajo Ejuma amount 4 years, there will be improved lightning. It is wash NDC FAQs, no? Frequently asked questions on the 24-hour economy. It is part. And it is not in doubt at all. So policy, no, 24-hour policy, no, the game changer, NDC Babaye Mojuma. Number 2.
Before you go, page 4, the informal Obokrata, and you can see the headline about that.
At nightclubs. Steve Mantia.
Yes.
Mantia say read the story.
So let me give you a piece of the story. Page 4. Before you go to other issues having to do with national service, before you go to youth in mining, before you go to other areas, youth in digitization, 1 million coders. Or say Steve Mantiao, co-chair of the Ghana Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative, has called former President John Dramani Mahama to come clean on the policy of the 24-hour economy regarding those businesses already operating at night. According to the former Public Interest and Accountability Boards, businesses such as nightclubs must clearly be specified within the policy of the 24-hour economy since they are already operating in the night. So businesses that are already operating.
But Uti.
So businesses that are already operating.
So
the 24-hour economy. So where would their place be?
So the argument is simple. John Mahama and Kasa Ghana you may be 24 hours. Or say companies are almost a competitive advantage, you know. Companies are more that capacity to produce and meet demand. Will be rolled onto 24 hours economy. So where from this nightclub debate? Where
so not just nightclub, but companies that are already
but
operating. Companies that are already doing that.
Me as a doctor, I am here.
Where do they stand in the policy?
Hold on. Me as a doctor, I'm here. Some may call night duty. And then may call night duty.
So by night, we are doctor. Then by day, we are politician.
Exactly. Ebi kwa no shift. Doctors name is ebi kwa no shift. Ebi kwa we shift. So that system is already in place. Some of the companies, no, omo 24-hour shift did that.
So one can say,
but they are companies.
One can say that this cannot be called as a novelty. Cannot be said as a
I'm saying that it is a deliberate. As my make I'm a tell continue. A deliberate to holistically purport to change our economy into a 24-hour economy, because you cannot tell me say Ghana and you may be or Ghana be running on a 24 hour. It doesn't happen. Only just about 3 to 5% of a Juma per or Ghana and a year 24 hours. It's the deliberate policy intervention are really on all companies are almost almost have competitive advantage to do that. And na by force. It is not a decree. And yet a share a deliberate policy. Companies or rolling onto that program on Beba. It's as simple as that.
Okay. And no, back to me, Asha says if companies or Mupana and no, we are talking about to say public-private partnership, to say private companies are or production. Now, as a government, institutions being as part of more plans for a 24-hour because we will need to see.
Yes, we have looked at the passport office.
Okay.
We have looked at it because our passport officer after 5 p.m. on mapon. But then you'll be an ejuma man about 5 p.m. It be pon 8. We pon 9. But person here passport.
So after 5 p.m. After 5 p.m. In person you cannot do that. But after 5 p.m. if online. I still want to register or want to fill the forms online, I can still.
Why are you saying after 5 p.m. in person you cannot do that?
So that's
like as at now.
As at now,
talking about with your policy.
As at now, you cannot do that.
Policy.
But so I'm saying that.
Yeah, so you can say a portion of whatever it is that they do, the service that they provide. That after 5 p.m. they cannot provide.
So
that
the
service.
online passports was launched by the NDC. It was launched by us as part of many numerous interventions are here to increase and how to make sure digitalization and as IT has taken a center stage in our economy.
It was launched.
It was launched.
Was it implemented by the
but
National
if you don't
Democratic?
launch, how can you implement it?
Was it implemented by the National Democratic?
I'm saying, listen to me. I'm saying that governance is continuous. They are near my baby. For launch ya NDC for na be. Buidam. Enye ku for na start. Happy FM. Jima Baba kakra Buidam wasn't no Kufuor that started it. Didn't the NDC come to complete it? And when we were commissioning it, we called Kufuor to come. The N1 project wasn't no Kufuor that started it. Did Professor Mills not call Kufuor to join him? Happy FM. Okay, to join him in commissioning that project. And so it continues. If the NDC had not launched the online passport project, how would it have been implemented? And so it is a fact. A war. So we are looking at the passport office. Happy FM. So we are deliberately putting in place measures to open the service, employ more workers there, so that they can run a 24-hour shift, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. We are looking at DVLA. It is a place that has huge public traffic or customer traffic. We are trying to open it up as part of the plans of our policy to make sure it works. And there are a number of government agencies who deliberately encourage them to work on a 24-hour shift. So the plans are already there. And in the coming days, the blueprint will come out. But I want to move to another policy from the 24-hour economy. Now we are looking at 1 million coders program.
Yeah.
That will absorb another 1 million young people. And then it is not only coding that they will be doing. They will be doing web app development. They will be doing software development and engineering. Okay, just that the name is 1 million coders. But the point is that it's a holistic and very detailed policy here. It will make sure say young people they have keen interest in IT, software management, development, who have jobs to do. And when your mama mentions this policy, he will do it because he has done it before. If you look at the Accra data center, it was built by John Dramani Mahama. Okay, Accra data center, it was built by John Dramani Mahama. There is Ghana Accra data center. There is even one on KN University campus. That has the necessary sophistication. You know that there are banks in this country that works or that whose services are underpinned by the National Data Center. They outsource some of their data and storage from the National Data Center. And Jomama did it. Happy FM. Okay. Jomama did 1,200 kilometers of fiber. That has become a bedrock for many of the telcos and internet providing companies and services to roll onto that project. So government had to ordinarily just give out licenses to these companies to operate. So in the digital sector, we laid the foundation.
Oh, so you
And so your mama will build.
after laying the foundation, are you saying so the NPP didn't do anything?
But if you come
to actually improve on whatever it is that you left.
Of course, say that that's why governance is continuous. We laid the foundation. We laid the 1,200 fiber. If the NDC had not laid 1,200 fiber optic for all the digital infrastructure to be continued on it, okay, how will they have been able to do it? And so it was done. Something was done. In fact, if you look at Ghana card like this, okay, the law that makes Ghana card a sole document for identification was passed under the NDC.
But that initiative was not started under the NDC.
Yes. So I'm not saying it started under so it was started under Kufo. But I'm saying that the law that makes Ghana card the sole document for national identification was passed under us. You understand the point? So something was done. So let's go to the 1 million codes program. It is a programmer. John Dramani Mahama is intentionally doing to absorb more young people into the digital space, because now wherever you go in the fourth industrial revolution, digitalization, IT is indispensable. You must do it. And we have done it before. So we are telling you that we will train more young people into that project. And we will do it. Your mama has made mention of the Jumarura project, where the youth will be given some amount of financial support.
You didn't elaborate that much on the 1 million codes policy promise.
Yeah, so I'm saying that. So
we are looking at 1 million.
1 million young people.
Do we have a disaggregation of the number of people who will be learning front end this cybersecurity, this and that and that? How much is it going to cost us to actually train 1 million? Within which time range? Any bit me training or back.
So in the coming days, okay, your mama will have further engagements, okay, during his campaign, okay, and he will elaborate. And you see, it is a process. When you mention it in another program, you come and explain and tell how much you are planning to do it. And so the policy has been mentioned. We have mentioned what under the policy young people will be trained on. And the amount of money, how it will be implemented, will be mentioned by John Dramani Mahama. As he started mentioning 24 hours economy in 2020. Now he has brought details of it. And so in the coming days, John Mahama will give all the necessary details about how that policy will be implemented. But what we want the young people to know is that this is a deliberate, ingenious, very specially ingenious policy that John Mahama is doing to employ or to develop, give young people the skills to eke out a decent living, the skills to work and generate money, sustainable levels of money to live a good life. So that is the 1 million codes program. I've told you that it's not only coding, it is web app development, it is software engineering and development and management.
Of course.
That is under that policy. Now, under education, John Mahama is saying that today, things are hard. Things are extremely difficult. Now, when you go to bank to purchase a loan, you have to pay an interest rate of about 30%. Many people have lost their investment through the draconian
interest rate of how much?
Oh, now if you go to bank, you pay to 30 to 40% interest rate. Okay. And so, John Mahama is saying that things are hard. Things are extremely difficult. People have lost their money. Businesses have collapsed due to this government. So he is cushioning parents, benefactors, and guardians by saying that one of the major difficulties preventing young people from accessing tertiary institutions is the payment of first year academic fees. In fact, Africa EduWatch, Africa Education Watch tells us that in 2022-2023 alone, 420,000 young people completed secondary schools, various secondary schools in Ghana. Only 60% of them passed in terms of A to D, they passed. Out of that, only 30% went to tertiary. And so if you look at that year, 120,000 young people went to tertiary. So you have a huge chunk of them who couldn't go. And the difficulty, per their analysis, is that how to pay academic fees is extremely difficult. Nti Jomama say, Ghana for yen adum na oto abama yen or ye to abama na. In 2025, all first years in public tertiary institutions will not pay academic fees. It will be free for them. That is what John Dramani Mahama is saying.
Where are we going to source the funds from to do all of that?
Oh,
again, where the promise said you will review the free SHS.
Yes,
and ensure say a year.
yes.
Now, and one of the key components has got to do with a Adriania. According to me,
has got to do with funding.
So John Mama is saying that he will decentralize. Let's go to the feeding first, then I'll go to funding. John Mama is
so the funding in general.
Yes.
With the free SHS.
Yes.
And you're going to fund the first year students.
Yes.
Of university.
So we have done our analysis. The analysis tells us that we are looking at about 270 to 280 million Ghana cedis to fund it. Now you have a situation where a regime makes a deliberate effort to plunder this country, makes a deliberate effort to recklessly waste the meager resources of this country. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the MPP has waged a war of attrition on the meager resources we have as a country. How can you allocate 3.2 billion Ghana cedis to the office of presidency? What are they doing there? So John Mama is saying that he will cut waste. He will reduce the number of ministers. He will reduce the number of ministries. He will cut down government expenditure. 3.2 billion Ghana cedis will not be allocated to the office of president. In 2016, do you know how much that we allocated to office of president? Only 700 million. But the MPP regime in 2022 allocated 3.2. If you have this waste, how will you get money to fund government program?
How do you describe that? How do you describe that as waste? Given the fact, say, the presidency,
what has been the output?
There are a lot of initiatives and programs that the MPP government
Hold on. Let's look at planting for food and jobs. Do you know how much was sunk into it?
As we speak, we've sunk close to about 4 billion.
So you have sunk 4 billion. But today you are saying that you are abandoning exportation because there is food shortage. Before you started planting for food and jobs, there was no food shortage. You didn't ban.
Well, you do know that there is a drought. There has been flooding affecting farms.
Hold on.
Yes.
That is why you came into government. You are saying that you are doing one village, one dam, to build dams, irrigation dams, so that there will be enough water to, water or irrigate your plants. You have failed on that promise. You have failed to deliver. Now there are no dams. Why won't you get drought? Why is it that when you have drought, your crops will not burn, will not collapse? It is a failed policy. So you have sunk all these huge monies, and Ghana is where we are now. And then now Utimika say, "Oh, the Ghana for sika kakaka to say, one village, one dam." And so we no dam now one year, sika now 1 year. Look at the Palugu irrigation dam. Dr. Bamia told the whole country that his biggest investment in the north was the Palugu dam, and they have invested $12.8 million in that project. Today, there's not even cement on that plot. Nothing of that sort. They have wasted the money. And our projects and when you cut down with Nanado spend 60 million Ghana cedis on private jets. Meanwhile, there's a presidential jet that former regimes bought for you. And when you cut down that, we look at National Cathedral. $110 million have been sunk into that hole. Look at
NDC is proposing a national day of Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
And yes, a National Cathedral no call baby aqua. You probably would have ended up having that that's
National
if
Day
you
of
have voted.
Thanksgiving.
National
Cathedral.
Non-denominational cathedral.
National Day of Thanksgiving. National Cathedral. Why don't we have individual churches? Or cathedrals? Lighthouse for Omuko. Is it not big? Can't we do the national Thanksgiving service? Independence Square is not big enough to do a national. So you see, no excuse can suffice. The point is that,
Doc, you're wrap up because what senior, Honorable Edward Bauer, will also be speaking about energy.
Fantastic. It's your mama mentioned a lot of. Look at the National Women's Bank. Your mama say, "Yeah, mama, they are very industrious and hardworking." So they are saying, your mama is saying that you best show must see. Because your mama appointed the first woman as vice presidential candidate or vice president. Okay. Also obey the National Women's Bank. And the funding will be done in the first 90 days. Your mama say obey Youth in Export Initiative and the Youth in Export, obey Land and Farm Bank project. Or say obey Farming Service Centers. Also obey Agro Processing Enclaves. And no new policies are. Your mama diabwa or say about persons with disability or more free education or say redeploy as grant student loan trust fund plus for young people to be able or for continuing students to be able to pay their fees. There's a lot that goes in for young people from John Dramani Mahama. I am hoping that in the coming days Ghana former Buna Munia Juma, Ghana former Buna Monia Moya, Ghana former Buna Amamu Bombing Tino, a com ademo, Ghana former Buna and ne or girlfriend Eddie Baby crown to Adiamano because a com edo. Your mama is coming for okay. Vote wisely, vote for John Dramani Mahama on 7 December 2024, and prosperity will be your portion.
All right. Thank you very much. Doc, my name is Dr. Samia Kasama Fubakwa, General Ekasa Edema, the National Democratic Congress. Womu Mabunu Ensem. But, Ora, Edward Bauer, Ekasa for energy. And it's all about the National Democratic Congress. Womu Manifesto. Womu Edi Ababetu Jemun Semnibi, and a Yidi and Enkomo. And in and around energy, there is a lot for us to talk about. You be a home come CCI. You try to tell Honorable Edward Bauer is our guest, and he is a spokesperson on energy and NDC's manifesto. You be a home come quite shortly. Stick and stay with us. We'll be right back.
Tovila Water Solution. Tovila Water Solutions. If na water treatment you define it. Tovila Water Solutions. Technical support for your water systems. Tovila Water Solutions. Water research training Tovila Water Solutions. Water dispensers, drinking water supply. Tovila Water Solutions. We dey provide safe water for your homes, companies, industries, communities, government and non-governmental organizations.
When it comes to customer satisfaction and professionalism in water solutions, Tovila Water Solutions is the #1 in Ghana. You can contact us on 055-2490-864. We are located at Titebu, Accra, Ghana.
I was in the tub. Of course, now last time I went to hospital, now was the airport in Oyo. Was sitting tube mercy and a fibroid and so crack and now say, what I feel quite dear my bread. Surgery, you don't need to undergo any surgery. Dreams Fertility Clinic, yeah, what am I? Community 22, Equita Solution in Dreams Fertility Clinic, and what if you did show more than you put them? And now the property, yeah, how natural a draw crack, one farmer, a bemuanium, woman. Chemicals assembly UK and New Zealand abrofupia wa biye wa habamem ene yindro no oyo ba with tube mwesi yin say an wapun obra asizi ana emakra fibroid irregular menstruations to say bibia esi awo kwan de Dreams Fertility Clinic what le te na ye mema so e what low sperm count bema wa ye mbre wo pem de ntimi nyina so ade ma board ya so ana kudam for Dreams Fertility Clinic 0597 225 389 and 0599-555-220 and 0597-225-388.
your Bible, pray every day.
Happy Bible Quiz 2024. Asamba Bio. Happy Bible Quiz. We did say winning Bible no yepa. Winning dear, e wa twerɛ kronkron mu. We did say e kon kan yepa. We did say obetumi ene afofo bi no mo e de ataso. Esia kan e wa twerɛ kronkron mu die mu. E dimpini mu ana. We e ya akonya kese a ye de mamo. Ye kradwe. Na fa ho bra be hye sa eni dwedwumadie a desua ahyem no mu. Se de be sa twe ho aban onyankopɔn. Happy 98.9 FM. Ya to sa frɛ ensɔre ene obi bia wo gidie se. Nim die e wo Bible anase twerɛ kronkron mu no. E kon kan. So fan ho 2024 Happy Bible Quiz no e masa akonye empa wonko so baba be so onim die e wotwe kunkun mu ahwe no se nya kyede akakraka e de aka ho bomodin a brabe tro die na fa ho brabe hye Happy Bible Quiz no mu na be kyere onim die awo e wotwe kunkun mu e obi bia ya na niji hu no obetimi aba be fa ne form e wo Happy 98.9 FM so pentro mu bia bomodin afete fa ho man 0245957852 Happy Bible Quiz Knowing Christ Happy FM Nimbia Happy FM Any Danquah
Happy Bible Quiz Knowing Christ.
Get ready to soar the skies of Rwanda. Business in Kigali, shopping in Johannesburg, or vacation in Paris. Experience our vast destination network and proud fleet and award-winning service. Whether you are a new traveler or planning your next escape, Rwanda guarantees unmatched comfort and a sky-spanning network. Book your next flight today at rwandair.com or reach us via email at sales.accra@rwandair.com. Call us at +233 0598 760 645 or +233 0598 797 194 or visit your nearest travel agents.
Rwanda, fly the dream of Africa.
Someone say, "It would be a betribiano. It's meeting the baku means and enkwa." Akwanya na babi wo se me nu no yebetimi abashia monya kwatwumoja e de agu ho ne de age afofo no nkwa. Happy 98.9 FM ye Danquah Insurance ye the 2024 Blood Nation exercise no e hihye so mekan ho e wo Madina STC station September bosome no de atoso aduonu moche na nkro pepepe ne de dwumadie no ahihye so bro na wo so batwumoja ne bia na de afofo no nkwa kai se moja bia beso kobia no ehun hia. See you there. Happy FM, Danquah Insurance Blood Donation. Make a difference. 1 pint at a time. Be a hero. Donate blood. Happy FM. Name dear. Happy FM. Any Danquah.
Happy 98.9 FM. I was good to change in the Happy Morning Show, your morning companion, and the conversation continues on the NDC's Manifesto. We've talked about youth job creation with Sami Aye, Dr. Sami Aye, only one of the spokespersons of Okasa about youth and job creation for the NDC's Manifesto. Now, another pay, Honorable Edward Bauer, former member of Parliament for Bongo constituency. Hey, still member of Parliament. Still member of Parliament. Oh, I think still member of Parliament for Bongo constituency. Honorable Atanasi. Honorable will be speaking on energy. There are a lot of things here the National Democratic Congress is actually talking about when it comes to energy. And they have recognized the fact that energy and infrastructure are the backbone of any economy. And you cannot take the two out of the factors of production. And for that purpose, they are promising to do the following, some of the following. 1, fix the legacy power crisis by increasing power generation by 240%. That's what you did during the erstwhile administration. But here are some of the things that you said that you would do. When it comes to power generation, you're implementing energy transition strategy to augment thermal and hydropower. You want to introduce nuclear and other renewable energy sources like wind, biogas, waste energy, and other off-the-grid systems such as mini hydropower productions. Joale, Palugu, Pra. You want to optimize the economic and environmental sustainability of our thermal sector by investing in right gas-powered technologies and phasing out inappropriate technologies and eliminate power wastage through public education and revised building codes. Honorable, the American Yinano.
Happy FM.
But it's tough for my Ghana for person with yes, I'm saying
that's about good morning to your listeners. So basically,
Happy FM.
Any economy be a better developer. I was a reliable source of power. Source of power also, and what's a just reliable, it must also be affordable. Because the infant is let's just use Happy FM. You need electricity to work.
Sure.
To be able to do your work.
Sure.
But for example, if the cost of electricity or the cost of energy to run
Happy FM
is expensive, before you realize, over here you'll be out of business. And so, in any serious economy, that's one of the things you need. 2, consistently, no share since we started after the crisis in the 80s. Since you started here developing, we've always had bet for under the MPP during the COVID time. Basically, we've always had a positive growth in terms of our GDP. And so if the economy is growing now, what it simply means is that it must be accompanied by expansion in electricity.
Sure.
And to some of the, for example, in your lesson, you said what we had said that we had increased our generation capacity by 240%.
Yeah.
The reason is because, just a short thing for you to understand. Only say for many years, now you see now because on Kwame Nkrumah Bui Dam, Akosombo Dam. Then later on, the issue of Pung Dam came that gave us 160 thereabout. Ni shed any other source of electricity, of course. But that one thing that was very clear was that the electricity for example, the whole of the northern sector was never hooked to the to Akosombo, the national grid. They were being run by diesel engines and what have you. Now, when we extended electricity and businesses started growing up and the economy started growing, what then happened was that Akosombo was not enough for us. What do you say? And to Bekaya in the early part of 1990, in your power crisis be under Rollins. It was because we had consumed the installed capacity near war, generation capacity near war with Akosombo, and then boom. So that was how Rollins brought in the 2 generating plants. And Nama Abuaze, Abba, so what Abuaze do?
Yes.
And Nama Abuaze, Abba, Abuaze, as we speak today. And that's how he brought
the NDC thermal plant.
Yes. Yeah. So that's TAPCO and the TICO. Yeah. Our 550 megawatts at the background. Unfortunately, after the last one, which was commissioned, that was somewhere around 1998, 97, 98. After that, unfortunately, we did not do any investments. Because economy is growing, so as it's growing, you must also invest in that. And then 2006 we ran into problems. I realized that my colleague who was here even mentioned the issue of pastors going to pre.
Yes.
That was the 2006, 2007 crisis.
At the time, I think I was at University of Ghana.
Yeah. So, but unfortunately, the CNSA a yes had no. To me, I'm for generating plants and back. The only attempt we did was to start the process of trying to construct Bui, the Bui generating, which was supposed to give us 400 megawatts. And your friend saying, Kufo Friso, and Mel's anyway, John Mahama,
yeah.
So already, John Mahama and then Mel's had inherited a sector that was under-invested. He says, invested and so definitely it was going to catch up with that because we had an economy that was growing anyway. So it was going to catch up with that. And that's how the power crisis came. But of course, you and I know that whatever happened is not history. We had moved the generation power plant capacity from 1,810 megawatts to about 4,200 and something. So that is how the 200 and something percent came about.
Yeah.
Fast forward. One of the things that we have realized, and you see, the power crisis was not just because of only deficit in generation plants. Now, there was also a problem of legacy debt. The legacy debt, you see, a car you bought for example, now say omuye we need electricity and wasn't go to 10 cities. Now buying no me mount to 10 cities, but we 8 cities. Now 8 cities now be 2 cities now can. Me budget allocation. Also, see be Utria 8 cities, and then me the 2 cities account now then. 10 cities need the tria for generating plant. But unfortunately, over those years, not those under recoveries, not buying any budget money. So that's the first point. 2, you had situations like ECG. ECG is not omubokato. You and I know the losses they go through. Obokato. And now from independence, but any friend is a legacy debt, and it was up to about $2.4 billion. And under the NDC, to solve that legacy debt issue, decided to introduce what we call the Energy Sector Levy Act. And the our projection was that, based on the calculations here, that in 5 years, so by now, we see a legacy debt niveau, we should be able to clear the legacy debt. So that was one aspect. The other aspect necessary, I was saying now, share ECG and then the source of, look, VRA, and I say IPPs, no, or more generative power, no, the ama Greek or transmitted at the ama ECG, ECG at Tonga, no more Giscano, no more Tria, Omuna, in the upstream. Unfortunately, ECG was not able to always do those things. And so now Emma a bad system. Are you getting the point? So it meant that we needed to solve the problem of ECG. Yes, solving ECG problem, not me scanning now, but me Tria, and a day compact two buy, and a day, it started with the compact two now, of course, John Muhammad left government. And the MPP came and the PDS issue. That's how we lost that money. So we could not do those things. So our argument we are making is that we're saying that first and foremost, a digest power sector ECG owes independent power producers about $1.5 billion or NCDs. OCTP partners, that's the ENI, no partners. For gas, you consume $600 million. ECG OE Ghana Gas, which also owes GMPC and its partners, another $600 million. Odiboma $2.7 billion.
US dollars.
Converted into today's Ghana cedis, that's 40.5 billion Ghana cedis. That's how much we owe as a country. And so that is the problem that NDC will be entering into. Our argument is that, look, one, we will have to resolve that issue, or else this thing, we have kept the lights on. The question you ask yourself, at what cost have you kept the lights on? So the first thing is that, look, NDC free power, you can say, there's what we call the cash waterfall mechanism. And in simple terms, me supply fuel, obi a generative power, obi transmitting my ECG. And this kind of auton for you not to you say okay, you say we losses. But if you can when you say we would the fuel buy and would when you do those things, then after that, who is you cramp our tongue and would you also deal with be for your thing, so that we will use that to make sure that they will meet their operational cost. You have an operational cost in running this particular studio. So you meet your operational cost. And you say, yes, I had the number. Now, unfortunately, the current situation is here. This is easy at Tonton way in Nana. Only there, or my dream, offices can your media. Not no more at the no more at the editor, or was director way Nika, way me. Meanwhile, it's coming out there. So the first thing is that we need to get the cash waterfall mechanism working. You would have realized that somewhere in March, I went after ECG seriously. It was because they were not working. That thing was not working. It was piling up the debt. And so that is the first thing. The second thing, that as a country, we must begin to know that ECG, the shareholder government of Ghana, that's the shareholder.
You and I.
Yes, you and I. So government will have to find a way of ring-fencing that debt. And saying that once we do that, no, you free ECG from this particular debt. However, we need to put in very qualified people to run the place to ensure, say, one, you be sure, say, power be on Benyano, you bet me idea. Two, sir, investment need Lucy in terms of the PDS issue. How do we get investors to come into the system to what do you call it, to find a way of resolving that? So that's another area. So in TNA, I say yes, that's the first part. But when you only say you can't about energy transition. So we are talking about a situation where just not using crude oil, for example, to generate power is no longer fashionable.
Yeah.
Because of the environment.
Environment, yes.
Using diesel to do that is no longer fashionable because of the environment. Now, there are two fuels. For example, gas, natural gas, which is particularly methane. The whole world has agreed that it becomes a transition fuel. What does that mean? It means that in the meantime, we have gas, now we have crude oil, now we have diesel. Gas emits lower forms of carbon dioxide as compared to the others. So we say that, look, and luckily enough, this country, we are blessed with some gas. We'll use better technologies to see how we can ramp up in terms of our gas. Once we do that, you say renewable energy. How do we bring them? Wind and then solar. See, I make a time I did renewable energy buy. About we are seeing, it was very expensive to really install renewable energy. Now, as we're speaking, based on the current data, the initial cost now people were paying for renewable energy, that cost has been reduced by 85%. Until, for example, if it cost those days,
like 10,000 Ghana cedis.
If it costs about 100 Ghana cedis, it costs only about
15 cedis. Yeah.
So it means that we can build on that to be able to bring in a lot of renewable energy. That's the first point. Two, all the renewable energy bar, you must also have it at the back of your mind. You must have what we call a base load. What is base load? Every day, BNM say Happy FM will work from morning till evening. Work it throughout. So you need some power. Say maybe this company would on daily basis. There's some constant demand. I was as a country need consume this amount of electricity in a day.
Of course.
Any friend will say base load. Now base load. Usually you tend to use the cheapest form of electricity that can be done. Say we could have used coal, but coal is not
environmentally friendly.
So the only one you can use now will be nuclear. So we are saying that we are trying to see whether we can get nuclear and use it and at least produce, if not nothing at all, 2,000 megawatts of power to serve as our base load. And then you see then we can then use, because the reason why I'm making that point is that also you see renewables, we use solar. You can use it in the afternoon. You can you can't get it. You understand?
True.
Wind. And yet the Biana wind, the speed will be good. It gets to a point you have a problem. Then you have the gas. The gas then becomes what will give you the flexibility. That if you see that, for example, your friend saying
wind and solar,
you can bring in the gas. And it takes a very short period to be able to bring the gas online. That is how we are trying. So this is based on research. This is based on how our system looks. And then you can say, and also so based on Obisa may say, how are we going to get these things? This is how we intend getting it done. Resolving the debt crisis that we are in. We are walking into a zero debt.
So over 40 billion Ghana cedis.
40.5 billion.
40.5 legacy debt. So how are we surviving there?
We're surviving it because the companies, look, I tell you, I had the opportunity of being part of meetings that were met, for example, the various players, whether they were the independent power producers, they were the fuel suppliers and what have you. We've met all these people. And all of them tell them, look, the only reason why they are doing this is because they also see themselves as part of Ghana. And so they are doing this. But they are negotiating with government. Do you know they are negotiating with government as we speak now? Asking for haircuts. Because government is ready to give them a haircut. And now listen to what? And defer the payment of those bills to 2027, 2028. So who's going to pay that? The next government.
Yeah.
So that's what they are pushing the debt ahead. So first, you agree on a haircut.
So if for example, they are to agree on the haircuts, the stakeholders and other players within the power sector agree to the haircut. How are we going to ensure their operational efficacy?
So that's it, because you see, they are trying to, you see, it's just like a businessman. You are trying to cut your losses. Because in the first place, and I'm okay. But the akano, you be so. In terms of 200 cedis, you have 150.
450.
Or just the 50 in the car wabo. Into one. Now, even 150 nanka was the amount. You ain't 12 CCA. And I don't know, Chess, more Bosaka also at home. I mean, was a chain between about no money. That is what they have been able to put and done. So that is how. But you see, at the end of the day, we've gone through this crisis before. We've seen how things are done. And that's why we say that we need people with experienced hands. Like, look, President John Mahama, he went through that. He saw it with first hand. he found a solution to the problem. What did the say? I've always indicated to people, anytime I'm talking to people, that I don't speak just because I've just read a document. I speak because for 6 solid years of my life, I worked in the energy sector. What did I say? And so I saw things firsthand, and I knew what things were and how things are, how they can be solved. And indeed, this current government, they know how it can be solved, but the truth of the matter is that they have decided that they wouldn't let it work. Because if they let it work, they can't get the kickbacks they need.
Happy night, FM. Honorable, I'm bringing call. Like the
point out is, look, I've been making this. I know that all these stations want to get you in one, like the way you have connected me inside here. But sometimes, because every station wants to do, sometimes I try to plead. I say, even if it is at my own cost. I can call into the studio and talk about the situation. Then I can talk to another station. I can. So sometimes, if anytime you think that you want us to explain at my cost, I will call into the studio.
Sure, I'll be very glad. Because there's a lot exploration and production, the petroleum sector, some of the laws that you want to review and all of that.
Just because I know you are closing, let me tell you something about the upstream sector. Only say because of this energy transition. Oil in Tama, oil and so
now
the exploration, after 2019, the exploration, production up and down. Currently, Talo is fighting government over tax issues. Because me know where Greece I was saying to tax way. Or change over here the GR and Nipa Bia Bemuse. I also said to you, almost every it's kind of river. So there's a dispute of in your manifesto talked about disputes. There are tax disputes. 2. An idea you call international arbitration. How do you call it? Disgrace ourselves. So can you imagine that after the discovery, for almost 3-4 years, he and I didn't develop the field. So it was there. Meanwhile, he and I had just gone to our neighbors, Cote d'Ivoire, and they had gone there to invest. So all this period, in the EXA, all these issues will resolve them and make sure that people come in. Because the more you get oil, the more you sell, the more you get money. Come into the country. But Jack Toronto ni Ngrovo, or Mama Dream Nana say, be beer, be say, any cat woman and the anchor. Be beer on beer, so many cat woman and the anchor. That is the issue I also.
Honorable Edward Bauer, Member of Parliament for Bongo constituency, Oneka Kasama for Edima, the National Democratic Congress, on campaign on energy. Or manifesto on energy. I think that we need to continue with this particular conversation.
You have unfettered access. Any day you want to do, just tell them. I'll call into the program myself.
And then we have that extensive conversation. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
That's how we wrap up on today's edition of the Happy Morning Show. Now to pay. Yes, so the Happy Sports Team. No, Embra. Now also one more info. Mujumedi. Embra me twaso. And now to pay live on the show on Happy 98.9 FM. The show was put together by the entire production team headed by Rise Gadai, rapper Fadi Sebo, Lee Prince Ubapa Kwayim Brown, my young fan Asensuma Reynolds Tajiman, and a Bismarck Brown, all the digital team, news team, you know, mobile media, Median Brown. We are sorry, so me am DJ Medin who chami from Kojo, Sefah, Danquah. Young people on the more between the hours of 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. We'll meet again and have a conversation. That on my Ghana.